So you wanna learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knops guy loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the money nice than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys.
You're really gonna regret on the ride home.
Hey, what is up, guys? We're the Two Beerded Guys, coming at you with a great episode. Our guest just walked in. Sorry for the delay. It's almost like he's a busy guy that, has a job and shit.
Right? It's a tough life, Tyler.
Yeah, it's a tough life. So, Ryan, why don't you come pop the
right in the
squad?
middle. Yeah, pop the square. Been sitting for a little too long.
Sound a little winded, you alright?
Probably won't have to use the restroom for a couple days.
Did you ride your bike over here?
I
Is that what it
did,
said?
yeah.
Nice.
It's, you can do that in this town.
It
10
is handy.
miles.
That's a long ride.
10 miles?
Yeah.
Were you being chased any part of that?
There was a couple off-leash dogs that kind of worried me.
Kind of made you a little nervous.
Yeah, I got to yell at people.
But we are here with guest Ryan from Field Brewing. I am excited. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Mudhog B&Q.
Again, this is...
Ryan, I'm back.
And behind the camera, the one, the only, you're glad you can't see him, but we have to.
Off-screen Matt.
You know the best part about this week, John? He doesn't count again.
Woo!
We'll go ahead and go through that real quick since I brought it up. The scoring system is done with the average of our 3 scores on camera. We do everything on the untapped score, so it's in quarter increments. But we start at 0.25 because if it's that bad, we want them to know, and zeros don't record on untapped. But a perfect average is a perfect average is a 3. So obviously we try not to screw breweries by doing like 2.5 as average. So 3 is perfectly average. Above that's above average. 4 or higher is seek out. So Ryan, if it's a beer that's really like, hey man, I want to get this again. It's from Oregon. Fuck it, I'll find a way to get it. That's gonna be a 4 or higher.
Gotcha.
4, 7, 5, and 5 are those just stupid good beers. Under 3 below average, but 2 to 3 are still very drinkable. Under 2, okay, I purchased this, I'll buy it. Under 1 is, I'm considering drain pour. Something's wrong with the beer, like, it's infected, or they just suck at brewing,
I think it's just shitty.
We've had a couple of those, it's fine.
Just a shitty beer.
Just a shitty beer. Right now, we were actually getting ready to pour ourselves just a hair of our home brew to talk about while we were waiting, but it worked out, so you can taste it. You have a little splash in there as well.
Speak for yourself, because I think John doesn't just want a sip, he wants a gulp.
Yours is right there behind.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Other side of the camera.
Yeah.
Thanks for the handoff there, pal.
I don't want a sip. I want a gulp.
Shout out
Peekaboozy.
Yeah, shout out to our girl Peekaboozy. She is awesome.
Beer goddess.
But this is a rye IPA.
It's a party gal style, so it's we actually brewed a rye wine.
Love rice.
So
Rye's the unsung malt.
And while you guys are having some sips there, or gulps in John's case, Russell Zahn says, Hills, yeah, best part about Mondays. And he also says, off-screen Matt counts in our hearts.
Who said that?
Russell.
So he's lying.
I count in some people's hearts.
I appreciate the carbonation on that. The last few beers I've had in this city and out have been very soft.
yeah, I normally when I carb it, just in the keezer there, I let it sit for about a week, and I might let it sit another day longer.
Hey, I think it tastes great. It's a fun beer to drink. Definitely, it gives us a taste. When you have Pachanga on the other line, it's kind of nice having one that has a good flavor, but also a high drinkability. And for me, that's what this is. It's very drinkable while also having a nice flavor profile. The rye comes through real well. The IPA gives it a little bit of bitter without being over the top. It's an approachable IPA for even people like Matt over there.
It's true.
We cheat a little bit because we do have the smartest man in beer who
It is
brews
really
with us.
it is really nice when Kevin Smo Money Smolar is helping you brew. So
Yeah.
that makes life just a little easier.
It's a good cut man to have in your
Right?
It really is.
It really is.
Wait, the amount of times we've been doing this show and been like, somebody will ask a question and we're like, all of a sudden you see John slyly pull out the phone.
Just goes in the smo pile for the next time he comes back.
Smo just immediately responds. John will be like, oh yeah, it's all about the
I look real smart.
It's all about your nitrates and your acetopopals.
I've got a couple of those phoned in a friend of mine. I use those quite often.
It's really nice when you have people that are smarter, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Which is most people in brewing when it comes to John and I, but,
That's fair.
it's nice having smart people.
I
But
can
yeah,
fill a keg.
and I can sell the shit out
I
of
can't
it.
even do that.
I can sell the shit out of it.
And we can drink a keg.
It's a damn sure can. We fucking downed that sixtel. That was a blast. I was very drunk. I had a very large tab by the end of the night.
Us two split a sixtel.
And I had a couple bottles of wine on top of that.
Yep.
There's other people that had a couple of beers on there too. All right, some of us just busy running around picking people up and dropping them off. But
Yeah, I had more beers off another keg and multiple bottles of wine.
I'm claiming it.
Hence why Tyler bought a lot of people's drinks by the end of the night.
I can like I say, hence why we got the trophy above the dartboard there.
Yeah, the Hop Lord Glockenstyle board up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
the tap sign for Books and Brews Noblesville for their final day. They
Yeah.
literally didn't put it on tap until we got there because they knew we liked it. She
Nice.
bought it specifically for us for that day.
And we told her
Oh, very
we'll
cool.
drink it all.
Yeah, I'm like, don't worry, it'll be gone for you. And
Nice.
yeah, so these are the 8 beers we will be drinking. Ryan, since you've never been on the show, you don't know, we start off by like anticipated beers. So kind of look here. This one you can't really read from over there. This is a stout
fella.
with coconut. That's another stout. This is a modest Abbey style ale.
Modest.
Don't believe the word modest. Katrina Brown from Scarlet Lane. Hazy IPA from Fall. All sorts of fun shit from Artisan. Spicy pickle beer because we know you guys brew a pickle beer, so we thought we'd break out one that we haven't tried on the show yet. And then a Pilsner. Matt, what is your anticipated beer?
The right answer, the Warhead beer.
The Warhead beer.
I mean, if someone picks otherwise, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Like the one that we did try, I remember tasting pretty on point like a Warhead, and I'm really a fan of cherry and lime, so that should be pretty, hopefully good.
You know what? I honestly, kind of looking forward to the Katrina. It's that time of year. I love me a good brown, and
it's with cinnamon and brown sugar.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm excited for it.
Ryan?
Oh, Pilsner for sure.
I love a good
You can always
Pilsner.
tell a brewer.
Well, and like we've always talked about on the show, you can't hide behind Pilsners and lagers. Like, you either make a good one or you don't. There's nowhere to hide. So,
Well, I would have took the Warhead because I just keep seeing that advertised in craft beer and brewing constantly. So I'm like,
That was
try that.
Matt,
that was
rinse
kind of
these real
like
quick.
I've seen it forever, and I came
Yeah.
across it at Jungle Gyms, and I was just like, I gotta get it.
Yeah, you brought like 4 different flavors.
It's,
home, if
yeah,
I
it's
remember
a
right.
yeah, variety pack.
Do you ever communicate with Ferdinand at Jungle Gyms?
Mm-mm.
He's one of the main buyers there.
Oh, nice.
Good buddy of mine.
Yes, Munchkin?
I want to try my mystery drink.
That's terrifying, but sure, I'll do it. Let's make it quick.
Let's see how good his taste buds are.
Oh yeah, let's pick them out.
There's a whole lot of sugar. Wow. Something with that artificial cherry.
Okay.
There's definitely frozen coat, frozen cherry something. And there's one other flavor that the sugar from the cherry just completely, like, I can't figure it out.
Is it slushy suicide?
What is it? What's the flavor, sweetheart?
Okay, so
God.
cherry, raspberry, blue raspberry, Mountain Dew, and Coca-Cola.
I didn't taste the Mountain Dew at all.
I can smell the blue raspberry.
That blue raspberry and cherry, the sugar from those, just straight up, just destroyed everything.
Soup tonight?
That was
All right.
awful.
Love you, kiddo.
If there's one flavor I do not truly appreciate in anything is raspberry and blackberry.
Well then, no.
I've never been a fan.
Is that just regular raspberry, or does that also cover blue raspberry?
That blue especially.
Oh, blue's
there's
the
just-
best.
There's something about it. I don't know, especially
Artificial,
yeah,
just pure sugar.
I don't.
That's what it is. Yep. That's what's so good. All that fake sugar just
I mean,
straight.
I've had award-winning beers where I'm just like, oh no, it just comes off real medicinal to me. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that initial hit on that thing was just straight medicine.
Yeah,
And then I got Coke, and I was like,
I can't do it.
I wonder
well,
if
there's
it's like
frozen Coke there.
that cilantro thing.
The gene, the
Hey, you never know.
genome or whatever.
But let's kick off. Oh, my anticipated. Sorry. I'm honestly, This one right here, the Forgotten Road Ales Stout with all the maple. I'm kind of excited for that one. I mean, realistically, the answer is this one for me, but
Yeah.
I was trying to go with a different one.
Right.
Instead of being the, River North whore that I am.
Poor.
I mean, we can't pick up every time they're on here, We gotta
Yes,
spread the
you
love
can.
a little.
You really can. All right, but our first beer is the...
Real quick,
Nope.
some other comments, man. Brothers on. Cameron Reed, what's up?
Oh, hey, what up, little bro?
Cam. Out here having a pints on, says, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Guess
What
it's probably
up?
Kevin.
Yeah, I would assume. Or his lovely wife.
Yeah. And then Rob Gibbons said, it's a shame the Barley Wine episode is come and gone. He
Rob,
had a
we are
baller
always-
Baracus from Beer Zombies.
We are always willing to drink more barley wines, as it is my favorite type. So... We're actually low on barley wines, and by low, I mean we're out of
I
barley
think we
wines
killed
right
him
now
about
because
that
we killed
episode,
them.
right?
Yeah. I got one more coming. It's from Fremont.
Yeah,
Tis the season.
but I need some barley wines. So if you want to share,
Oh, and now we got Kevin separately saying, what up, it's me. Now he's having fun flipping back and forth.
I saw that they.
Well,
just
take those
did
views, buddy.
a new podcast episode.
yes,
It's
they
been
did.
months.
Check out Here Having a Pint. Kevin and his wife were on the show last month.
Yeah.
It was like the end of last month, I think.
Weeks ago.
They're fantastic people, and they have a cool podcast. You gotta check it out. They know beer real well. Anyway, so our first beer is the Beringia Pils.
Beringia? Is that like a
it's an
apostrophe?
Arctic region where fire and ice merge in a lost world of steep powder and stacked barrels. This is from New Hokkaido Beverage Company, a phantom brewery everywhere and nowhere.
Ooh.
That's awkward. All right, 5.3% Pilsner.
5.3%.
It sounds like one of those breweries that has recipes and then they just contract brew.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Phantom. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Cam also says he's having a beer this Monday. Wishes he would have been here for Barley Wine Night. That would have been fun with him.
Cam, race season's about done, right? Or did race season just end?
Barley Wine Night was fun.
I love
Yeah, it's got to be wrapping up. I mean,
We,
we need to get back together and go back to
we-
Carmax again
Barley
sometime.
Wine's
Have
one of my
another bro
favorite
day.
things. And
Ah, man.
Hop Lore, we
I was
did a
going to re-up on
collab with them.
some tobacco,
And
too.
did
So that
their
would be
first barley wine.
a good hit.
We did together. We brewed it together, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And we were talking barley wines not that long ago. That one, George, I was like, which one? And
I'm sorry.
they literally go, well, let's do a barley wine night. We're like, deal. So we
Right.
got really drunk on barley wines.
Threaten us
Or
with a
barley
good time.
wine style ales. It was a lot of
I
fun.
don't think they're appreciated as much as they should be.
100%.
I love them.
Bro, wine is
Absolutely
life.
love them.
Well, as Stefan said at Lord of the Hops, he goes, the amount of people that were like, didn't understand what a barley wine was. Like, oh, so this is a wine. He's like, oh, no. Just
Such a
no.
misnomer, yeah.
Maybe want to give it a little spinsy there for a little more forward facing. Smidge more. There it is. Now we can see that sun peeking over the crest of the mountaintop.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
He's
it's peaking.
He's getting a little,
Wonderfully displaying its rays in all directions.
I hate him. This is why you don't count today.
The nice crashing wave in the foreground.
Not too bright.
I can't. My label kind of covers most of the beer, so
No sulfur note.
Man, it's pretty refreshing. It's pills.
a little dry.
It is drying.
All right.
As
That prompts me to
fired up
ask.
as
There's a
those
little
listen to
something on
me.
the back end that I'm not a huge fan of.
All right, so we've thrown out the whole, kind of like drying at the end or at the finish on beers. Like a pills, like a style like this. Do you want it kind of drying? Do you
I
not
do.
want it drying?
Pilsners are typically drier, while lagers are typically more pillowy.
And they typically have a little bit more of a hop note in it, and this one doesn't.
Again, it's all typical stuff. Realistically, lagers are typically more pillowy. Pilsners are a little more drying. Again, it's depends on who's brewing it and everything else. But
Yeah, my Pilsner isn't as dry as I would like it.
well, maybe you should get on that.
I know, I should. That's one of those
Who do you
things
talk
where
to
it's-
about
it
that?
sells so good as is. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with something that smells
God
good.
damn it.
Well, you got to do the new Coke strategy, and then you can bring back vintage Coke.
Right?
Speaking of which, the brewery is the one who's rocking his shirt. We mentioned it at the top half, and if you couldn't figure out by our name,
Complete with fast names.
Field Brewing out of Westfield. It's a really cool location. I love the front glass when you drive by, let alone when you go in. But just driving by, it looks nice.
Thanks.
It does.
So-
And I know that they've just You just try to find some people, get your kitchen going, things like that.
Yeah. It's a constant evolution with the kitchen staff. We actually have hired on our first head chef back as a consultant, if you would, to kind of boost the morale back there and get some sturdy staffing going.
Nice.
Well, staffing is always an issue.
It is. It really is.
Especially in kitchens.
Kitchens, yeah.
That is a constant need. But yeah, no, it's a cool
you can't stand the
location.
heat. I mean, people definitely
Get out of the kitchen.
Get out of the kitchen. For sure.
A more appropriate analogy has never been used.
What is your guys' most, like, what is your highest selling beer? What's the one that everybody comes back for?
Man, every week it changes. I'd like to say it's reunion constantly, but when the weather's super warm and the baseball park is doing its thing, it's Pilsner. But lately, I feel like Camshaft has slowly took over.
Really? And what? Can you remind everybody what that is again?
It's our first real hazy IPA. I think it was my third attempt of something that I'm just not familiar with, being a lager brewer.
You had that at an event recently, didn't you?
I bring it to a couple.
I tasted it, and I just don't remember where I tasted it at because I haven't been in it in a little while.
It's very hard for me to brew a beer without any kind of bittering hop. Like, it's just
Right.
It's like hold me away from the kettle. I mean, like, no, they
Strap
don't
him down!
go in.
Strap him down!
And that being said, even with Camshaft, I only do Whirlpool, but I do a long Whirlpool with Citra, and lately it's been organic Citra, and it retains a certain bitterness on the very end, which I appreciate in a beer, even a hazy IPA. It's not a fruit bomb per se, so
That's nice.
but that's slowly taking over the sales.
Doesn't surprise me this time of year.
And I'm trying to remember, because a couple beer fests ago, you had, was it a Dunkel or was it a Marsden?
Both. I mean,
Lagers in Lawrence, they had a really nice.
Night Game's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's the Dunkel. That's,
Yeah, I thought it was a Dunkel, and that was really good.
Thank you. Appreciate
I
it.
very much
That's-
appreciated that beer.
That is the one where I'm still setting up at a beer event, and all the brewers are coming over like, "Give me some of that Dunkel." Like,
Yeah.
so that's like the big pat on the back,
It's a good one.
So you're not using the Tyler scoring of ain't half bad?
right?
He yells at me all the time.
It's not that bad.
Every brew fest,
not bad.
I taste the beer. Oh, it's not half bad. He's like, oh yeah, that's
That is
what
one
every
of the-
brewer
That's
wants
what
to
every
hear.
brewer wants to hear.
Yeah, it's one of the worst things ever.
See, there it is, straight from a horse's mouth.
Oh,
man.
I know it is.
So one of the first one I poured for the first guest at Lagers in Lawrence was an older gentleman. He goes, 4.7, huh? That's a little low for a Dunkel, isn't it? I was like, is it? He said, yeah, I think so. I'm going to try it. And then he pulls out his phone and he's sipping and he's checking it. And then he just slowly walks away.
Oh, I'm wrong.
I was
Shit.
like, yeah.
All right. Speaking of scoring and stuff, though, we do have to score this
Right.
beer. Again, this was the Pilsner from Hokkaido Brewing. Wherever in the hell that is.
Nowhere.
Phantom.
Nowhere. Phantom, yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, I got some of that biscuity maltiness in there, which normally is kind of my jam. I like that the drying isn't overly. It's slightly drying, but it's not super lingering on that. But I think overall it just lacks a bit of brightness and flavor, really. So I'm going to give it a 2.75.
Brian?
If this was presented to me as a Keller beer, I would think it would be right on the nose. Because I agree with what you're saying. It's not as bright as I would like, and it's definitely not as carved as I would like for a Pilsner. That being said, the flavor's great. That I do get those biscuit notes. I like that dryingness. I would say a 3.2 maybe.
So
3.
3 or 3.25? Which one?
3.25.
All right.
All right.
It's hard for me to judge other beers.
I
Don't
don't
worry,
blame
get
you.
a few more in you, you'll be a lot more
And
loose on it.
every brewer we ever bring in is the same way, and it's hilarious because the first time anyone's ever on the show, especially brewers, they're real. Well, I don't want to. Then the next time they're on the show, like especially like different. Like Steph, Smo, the first time Smo was on compared to the second time. Like guys who are in the industry, all of a sudden it goes from like, well, I don't want to just, oh fuck these guys. This is.
It's funny, like watching Stefan not squirm. He's unhesitant. Yeah, this is like a 2.
It's so funny the difference. Even when we first started, we were still working at breweries, and like especially Indiana breweries, we were like, yeah, like we.
It's a great place,
great atmosphere. This beer sucks. But that's something that it's definitely interesting. I'm gonna agree and kind of split the difference with a 3. I didn't like the nose real well. It was lacking brightness, but I really liked the dryness. It was a little drier than I've had in a lot of Pilsners lately, so I kind of balanced it out, and I'm going to go ahead and give it that 3, which means it is a 3 average on our score. Matt, what would you have given it? Hold on, let me guess. 3.
Well, it's hard being right all the time, Tyler. Yeah.
The man picks the average almost every day.
Just because you go last doesn't mean that you're right in the average. Like, it just happens to be that I'm right 90% of the time. It was a very average beer. It deserves an average score.
Which sucks, because we've had some lagers lately that have fucking blown us out of the water, which has been a lot of fun. You want to hand me Matt's cup over there?
Yep.
And we got a few comments here, too.
Perfect.
All right, everyone, it's all right. Tyler's favorite bully is here. Alex just jumped on.
Woo!
Alex?
He says someone hire him. He's still unemployed. Cam says racing season is over. Let him know when a CarMax day comes up. And kind of shout to Russell, like, I need to go back there and get some more Nightcap. Or wasn't that the blueberry one? Because I'm pretty sure it was like called Nightcap.
The fuck is it?
I don't
The
know.
tobacco, the blueberry tobacco.
Blue Note.
Is that?
Yeah,
They had
totally
one called
different,
Nightcap.
totally different.
They had one called
Night
Nightcap.
Tobacco.
Rob
I
Gibbons
got lost for a
says,
second, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can handle this life. It's a 17%er. We've drank a little bit higher than that once
Hey,
or
Rob,
twice.
we have a 21.8%er on tap today.
Spoiler!
I didn't say which one. Although if you've seen the show, it shouldn't be hard to figure out.
It's modest, though.
It's a modest Abby style.
Russ says, he'll be driving through Indy Monday the afternoon, the 17th.
I will be in California.
Wait, who's going to be in Indy?
Russell the Love Muscle.
What the fuck are you doing in Indy?
Driving through.
Coming over to hang. I don't know, man.
Shit.
They're going to have the show. I'll just be in California.
We also got Chris Knights on. What's up, my friend? Says, what's up, boys?
What up?
Hope you have fun at the show. Presuming he's referring to the Megadeth 5-figure show. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
And
Because he was pouring at 450 the Cornelius Fest, I think.
Yes, he was.
oh yeah, that was the same weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Russ says, Tyler, please stop playing with the thumping tool.
What was I doing this time?
Oh,
Probably
you
your
were
baseball
Oh, I
bat.
was doing this
bottle
again,
opener.
wasn't
Yeah, you.
Yep.
100%.
Every time. So, this is the Puro Picoso Pickles. Kettle Salad Pickle Juice Gosa beer. This is their spicy variant. This is from Freetail Brewing.
I've never heard of them before, but I have.
A copious amount of Martin House.
I have a
beer.
preconceived notion about any beer that comes from Texas for the most part. It all sucks.
Yeah.
I've had some good ones.
We've had some good ones.
If you take Martin House out of that equation, they've all
Well,
sucked.
even Martin House is...
And Martin House is hit or miss.
My Martin House mule, who brings me pickle beer all the time from Martin House, saw this one. She's like, "Oh, I'll get this for them too," which I very much appreciate. But we'll see, because you have a gold medal winning pickle beer, right?
In Indiana Brewers
In
Company.
Indiana, yeah.
That's still pretty badass.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy that beer.
And the Martin House one is damn good. So I just don't know if this is going to stand up to that.
That was my favorite thing at the end of Winterfest this year. I stopped by Field, I'm talking to Ryan. He's like, I still got a little bit of that pickle left. And I'm like, really? Oh, yeah. It made my day.
I use it. I rarely drink it straight, but I use it to brine my chicken in. It makes the best chicken wings. And then
The Martin House?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like a red beer, like a michelada.
This is a lot
As a
more.
matter of fact, Terre Haute Brewing Company just used a sixtel of my pickle beer combined with their citronella.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was
serving
good.
it.
This is a lot tamer.
Yeah.
To the words, I was going to say this is a lot more tame compared to the Martin House.
This
It's-
is not, like, if you're comparing it directly to the other Texas one, Martin House. Martin House is very...
sucking on a pickle.
It's alcoholic carbonated pickle juice. That's all it is. This is a lot more tame, and it's funny when I drink one, like for instance yours, you get more of that fresh country homemade pickles when you're drinking theirs, where you still have a little bit of that cucumber there, a little bit.
All right.
That's why I like theirs so much. It's so drinkable. But it's weird when you're tasting these how different they can be.
Because this tastes a little bit like they have a goza, and then they put some pickle juice in it, but really...
They didn't commit to it.
Yeah, they didn't commit to it. And then the spiciness, like where?
Right? I was
Wait.
thinking, I'm like...
At the end, there's like a red hot kind of like
Pretty
almost like
Every once in a while, it's
spice.
like a cayenne flick happens to hit
Yeah.
my throat. Like, other than that, like...
Rob says he bets that the pickle beer would make a nice bloody Caesar.
Yep. Can confirm.
Love it. And Russ says he's driving from Des Moines to Louisville's. That is.
A, that hurt every time he said anything there. And two, why would he hit?
Probably comes down through Chicago down, would be my guess.
Not from Des Moines. You wouldn't want to do that.
I was kind of...
Yeah, but that's even... You're going way north.
I don't know. I'll have to look at the map.
If he's going down in Louisville, he needs to check out Atrium.
Yeah.
I was just there, and I was blown away by their Pilsner.
Really?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And against the grain. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, Against the Grain, for sure. I mean, there's some other big boys I would definitely recommend.
Against the
but
Grain's
Atrium,
just fun to go into no matter what
Yeah.
because, if nothing else, the can art.
Kentucky High Five, man. I'm a firm believer of the pony up, the whiskey shot, your beer. Kentucky High Five, man. That's
It's
what
a
they
solid
call
day.
it.
And they
Solid day.
have good barbecue at Against the Grain.
Can't confirm.
But back to this retail beer.
Yeah, Russ says the fastest route is going straight east. And Google
Then
confirms.
south.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That makes sense, I guess. I guess I didn't have them quite as north as they are, but because I was like Indy, Louisville, like what? But they aren't. But still, Chicago was much further north. I'm glad they didn't go that way. That you have to deal with Chicago. Why the fuck would you want to do that if you don't have to? Yeah, it's a man. It's nothing special. Nothing. It doesn't even scream pickle to me.
No.
Now, you said this one was a Goza. What was the Martin House?
It's a Goza.
Was it a Goza as well? Okay.
Is that what yours is?
No, technically not. Yeah.
Because the Martin House is definitely more tart and kind of more in that, soury end of Goza flavor from what I recall, as well as more pickled juice flavor. This one is a lot more tame, I think, on both fronts.
When you're making your pickle beer, what makes yours different? How do you go about it? Like,
So I use just sour Vise strain, and I make a base sour, and then I blend that with a lager, and then I add whatever I want to it, whether it's fruit purees, where we did the mango one, or it's fruit powder like the lemon beet. And the pickle was I legitimately used the sour beer, which is super acidic to begin with, as the brine, and then sea salt and dill.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that explains why his comes off more as that like homemade fresh pickle because he's literally using that sour beer as a brine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just pull the beer off the pickles or off the well, now they're
Yeah.
pickles, but
They have been pickled.
Let me throw this out there.
Oh god.
Okay. Because a lot of times you do fried pickles and you have a ranch that you dip it in. What if you did some ranch seasoning in that?
Oh Jesus.
and
And it might be a little much, maybe like a rim thing.
Maybe you serve
Oh
it
my
with a
God.
ranch rim.
A Hidden Valley, the ranch powder ran.
I'll save that for Tarnish Hollow.
No,
I'll let Brandon do that.
You know, talk. I want to try this.
I'll let Brandon do that.
That
one.
does sound like a tarnished hollow thing.
Wouldn't that be a ranch powder rim job?
The guy can do it, man. I've seen that guy do.
Write that
everything.
down.
Why?
A ranch powder rim job?
I don't want that. I'm not writing that down.
He says he doesn't want it, but his eyes says he does.
Jesus.
Pete Farrar says, "Miss you guys." What's up, Pete?
Hey,
What up, Pete? While Pete's on, I guess we'll thank Water Performance Technologies LLC, one of our main sponsors of the show. Also, huge thank you to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Our drunken shenanigans.
They are the ones that host our Two Beerded Guys drunken movie reviews that we do after this. As you guys know, we watch a movie during the week, or 2 in this case. We get drunk on the show, and then we review it later. And basically, it's buddies talking at a bar while drunk, and it's fun. So we have a great time with that. Also, thank you to Indiana on Tap for bringing us on to all their events this year. That has been an unbelievable amount of fun and gives us the ability to get to know people like Ryan. And, this time I basically hijacked him. I walked up before the event started and was like, hey, what are you doing this week? Well, I'm busy. What about next week?
Yeah.
Didn't really give him a chance. Put him on the spot right there.
Did Tyler say he's been to all the beer fests this year? Is that
Nope.
what I heard? Okay.
No, it's not what I said. I don't lie. That's not what I said. I said thank you for having us be a part of the event this year.
Okay. I was in the other room when you were washing the dishes.
Us. And last but not least, you also see on your screen today, you did put
Field
them on there,
Brewing.
right?
Put
All
them
right,
on.
I was going to say, Field Brewing's logo's up. And again, it's more just, we're glad Ryan's here. They're a local place. You need to check them out. If you haven't, you are wrong. So that's pretty simple that way.
Yeah, simple.
And time to score this beer. This very meh beer. You are first this time.
Oh man, it's pretty low for me.
They're in Texas. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings.
Well, I'm gonna hurt my aunt because she showed me around and bought me a Freetail beer, I believe.
Oh,
And I like
what are the odds?
that one, but this one, I mean, for my pickle beer and New Brunsville's out of Texas, Best Made out of Texas, the house
House, that's the best made.
yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are solid. Mine solid. This one, man, I don't know, guys. I'm hesitant to go one because of,
Yeah.
I mean, just because it's a pickle beer. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when it was canned or what, but I barely get Goza style. I barely get pickle. I don't.
Quit pushing
What
foot
are you
around.
going to score it?
Oh, a one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is so much fun.
It's like, well, I don't want to go one. It's like, oh, it's
Scoring
not.
by far is my favorite thing in the world.
I know.
And I'm even hesitant with that.
I'm gonna be slightly nicer, just because I think there's a drinkability factor to it that some pickle beers do. Beers do steer some people away. Like Matt doesn't like them very much because they can be so upfront. I think this one does give a little more drinkability to the people who don't want as much of that. So I'm gonna give it a quarter bump higher, and I'm gonna go 1.25.
Yeah,
And I don't think that's the right score. I'm just giving it a little bit of a drinkability bump.
it's not that it's not bad. It's just it's not good. It's
Not
just
anything it said it was, really.
Yeah, it's just lacking in so many different phases. Much like the Colts on Sunday. So,
Dude, my Browns lost to the Falcons. I don't want to hear it.
so I mean, honestly, I was gonna go 1.5, but yeah, I guess I'll stay there. Fine. It is drinkable. It's just, yeah, I'll have to put a bunch of tomato juice in it.
It ends up with the Matt score of 1.25. So what is your score, Matt?
Where's this?
I don't know. I'm usually not super rough on stuff, and I do appreciate the drinkability of this one, like you said, because I'm not. I enjoy pickles, but I'm not like a pickle beer guy. Apparently, like I've learned from Best Made. But what it says is it's really not, and I guess for that I kind of gotta be on the nicer end. I agree with John, 1.5. Like,
Whoa. He wasn't average.
He
Oh,
wasn't
wait, that's
above
because
average.
he's always the nice one of the group, so that doesn't surprise me. When we're low, he's always the high.
I mean, I'll drink about anything, so I got a little less.
His 5 is Keystone.
I guess,
so
I guess
you know.
my low standards are lower than yours. Is that what it is?
Well, when you score Keystone a 5, like,
Well, yeah, it's one of my favorite beers.
It's the bottled beer taste in a can.
It's a drinking man's beer. I buy that
Damn,
shit
I like
all the
that.
time.
it cracks me up. His love for Keystone. Half the beer fest he shows up to, especially Winterfest, he wears his Keystone sweatshirt.
Because parties happen, baby.
Did you get those stains out of it this year?
They always wash out.
How? You had like stout all over it last
Because
time.
Keystone's quality.
Yeah, I mean, they don't make sweatshirts like they did back in the 80s, baby.
That thing is holy shit.
That was bequeathed to me by another party who's probably got a shellac just of whatever was already on there to prevent stains from happening.
You don't want to know what was already
I
on it.
don't know.
It's Matt. It's not what you think it is.
No, what was there before
No,
him?
the prior owner of that bequeathed it to me.
Oh, okay. Well,
That sweatshirt's probably older than me.
Black light.
It's definitely
Yeah.
older than Tyler, that's for sure.
All right, I'm the youngest one here. Let me know. All right, this is from Artisanal Brew Works. This is the Warhead Smash Ups Extreme Sour Cherry Lime Flavored Sour Ale at 5%. If you are a craft beer fan at all, you have probably seen these all over social media, which is why when John saw them, he picked up.
Hey, you didn't choose the blue raspberry one though.
I wish I would have now.
I honestly wouldn't even drink it.
It is a malt beverage with natural flavor and certified color.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know.
Can we get a breakdown on
I don't
that?
even know what the fuck that means.
I want to see what color this is.
Certified color.
The only color I care about is certified gold.
There's no red 40.
Oh.
Certified.
Oh, that is nuclear horse piss. That's not certified color.
Write that down. Nuclear horse piss.
I will, don't worry.
That color is concerning. That's certified?
Certified though.
This is if you pee this,
Why
you
does
go
this
to
in
the
the SRM
doctor.
scale? Do you know?
Certified. The hell did they
I was like, which one's mine? All right, there we go. All righty, here we go.
Certified.
Certified
Well, that's
freak.
fun.
7 days a week.
Oh, man. It does smell pretty good, though.
I am confident this is going to be what it says it is.
Yeah. I don't think they're lying on that.
It smells like that powder.
I'm fairly certain they literally just take warheads.
And just dump them in there?
No, dump the warheads out
Crush,
and
crush, crush.
crush them, but also make sure they get as much of the powder as
powder.
possible. Like everything that's
That's
left
what
in the
I smell.
bottom of the bags and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
They're like,
That is exactly what it says it is. Cherry's a little lacking.
oh fuck,
It's
that puckers you a little bit.
it's not pleasing to the eye. But the certified color is on a weird color spectrum scale.
Hey, well, let's take this back,
They
though.
didn't say what it was certified
This is
by. It might have been their 5-year-old child.
Some of us as children of the 80s, like, did we not grow up drinking Ecto Cooler?
Oh yeah,
That is a fair
yeah.
point. That was still in the 90s too, but
It reminds me of what the roofie warning dye looks like.
That's the certified.
That's what happens in a White Claw when it's been roofied.
Wait, what?
please tell me White Claw actually has that dye in it.
Yeah, is that a thing?
It should. So I know lots of White Claws are getting roofied.
Oh,
out there.
absolutely. That
It
is
did go up a little better.
that is drying.
Very drying. There isn't much cherry in it.
I want a little more
There's
cherry
I'm getting more of the cherry, like, on the after flavor, is where it's kind of rolling in on me.
because I want a little more of the cherry because the nice thing about Warheads is they're tart as shit. Then they sweeten out.
It sweets out.
So I think that cherry would help it sweeten out at the end. I'm not getting much of the sweeten out. I just get a
Yeah.
lot of the.
Yeah.
Now it's a Warhead beer. Like you would know if you blind taste tested this and somebody went, "What's that taste like?" You're like a fucking Warhead.
It really does. It's like instantly sour, and then
There is absolutely no chance somebody in a blind taste test would be like, "Oh, this tastes like a fruited, this that." No, this is a fucking Warhead.
I also like the fact that it's not like a sour; it's a malt beverage.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I'm
ain't
not-
they trying to be pretentious. They know what they made.
Like, what's the parameters of malt beverage? Like, it's a beer, but we don't want to follow any rules. Malt beverage.
What is a malt? What makes it a malt beverage? As he starts texting his person's phone.
I mean, it's got to be fermented by a malt of some sort, I imagine, but it could be just a malt sugar.
How have we never asked Smo that? He's literally
Yeah,
he literally
still
blind
reserved
taste
us.
tested us with a
With a
steel
malt
reserve,
beverage, yeah. Yeah.
and we didn't think to ask that question.
Goddamn smell.
Hey, when they're cold, they're good.
Yeah.
As soon as they warm up like
They
3
are
degrees,
terrible.
they get shitty real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, cold and carb, they're delicious.
Oh, I'll drink the shit out of a steel reserve if it's cold.
I just need to do like the layup thing where it's like pour half of it in a glass, put it back in the fridge, drink the cold half, and get the other half back
Then you
out.
just shotgun the extremely high ABV, just. And. All right, so we've said all we can about this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a Warhead. There's not a lot you can. And the color is concerning. If we pee this tomorrow, I'm going to the doctor.
You haven't had a lot of fun lately.
I'm gonna give it a. I don't even know how to score the beer like this.
It'd be a lot easier
That's all I got though.
if we were told it was a malt beverage and not a
It says
an
malt
ale.
on it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Did you just pop an
Malt beverage.
forehead?
Okay.
No.
Oh.
The off-brand
Antacid?
antacid.
Oh, I thought you were like, that wasn't sour enough. I did an actual warhead. Bam! Like, yeah, kick
That would have
something
been
out.
hilarious. I'll score first. I'm gonna give it. I want a little more of the cherry, so I'm gonna give it a 2.75. I can't give it average. I want a 2.75.
God damn, you just talked me into it. Yeah, it really is. If it had a little bit more cherry, then you get all the powder, you get that tartness, and then it's fine. It's fine. 2.75. It's missing cherry.
I don't appreciate it for what it is. Clearly, I'm not gonna be that nice.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 1, and that's only because
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
I love it.
That's why we have guests.
I'm giving it a 1, honestly, because of sentimental value. It literally reminds me of like when we used to put gummy lifesavers and Jolly Ranchers and fucking Zima. I mean,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it reminded me of.
Oh my god. They make Zima again. We should actually do a Zima on the show one time.
We'll do it.
That'd be funny as shit.
Something different is what their slogan used to be. Something different.
All right, so what's the average,
2
John?
1/4.
2 1/4?
Yep.
Matt?
Yeah.
You know, it's something different. It's something fun. It's not quite all the flavors that I wanted it to be.
I don't want to drink a full one.
It wasn't as good as the other one we had.
No, a full one would just be like straight on heartburn. I'm gonna go 2.75 because it's still fun. The flavor's still good in a moderate amount. It just lacks more of the cherry. If that was there, it'd be a much higher score for me. And Russell's throwing out, make a beer, strip it out of all the flavor, just leave the alcohol, then add flavoring. So I'm guessing
For
that,
a malt beverage?
that must be the malt beverage concoction there. Ryan's offended.
That's our friend from Washington, now Iowa.
Iowa. He's an Iowan.
All right, so our last beer of the first half of the show is going to be the Fall Brewing Company's I'm Stranded Hazy IPA. This is a 6.5% ABV. I mean, it's just a hazy, you know.
But it's
With
got
a-
Snake fucking Plissken on the can.
I was just about to say I'm gonna give it a 5 on the can art alone.
Entire reason I bought it.
First of all, why has no one used that image and came out with a Pilsner called Snake Pilsken? I mean, seriously.
God damn it.
Why has no one done that?
See, we can't write that one down. He came up with it.
Yes, I can.
I mean, I really, really like that. I'm gonna steal that shit.
Oh, can you imagine the shirts Brandon could come up with?
Oh, yeah.
And this was bootlegged fresh out of Cali when I was over there not too long ago. So the Fall Brewing is California, the Santiago area.
Okay.
This is the one you brought?
Yeah, this is one of them from them. Which was a really, really cool hangout spot. They called it the Golden Rhino because it had a giant plaster or alabaster or whatever fucking rhino head that was painted gold on there. All the tap handles were gold plated and the splash guard was gold plated.
I've been trying to figure out where this beer came from.
Yeah.
Me.
All right, makes more sense. I do love that can.
It's,
And I love how
pretty
it's not
slick.
even a drawing. It is a straight up image from the
Yeah,
movie.
just a,
Yeah.
I love it.
You want to desist? You say, okay, cool. I won't do it again.
That's Kurt Russell
And
in
you're
his
good to go.
prime, man.
That's just always Kurt Russell. He's
That's
always
true.
in his prime. What are
He
you
really,
talking about?
is the Santa Claus.
But his
Not the
movie
Santa Claus,
prime was
Jesus.
really those
But the
John
Santa Claus
Carpenter
movie he
days.
did.
Yeah.
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 Kurt Russell's always in his prime. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, he's a beast. I'd fucking have a beer with that guy.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Not what I thought you were going to say for
No,
a
not
second.
what I thought
but
either.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he had to
wouldn't
pause
kick
there
him
at the
out
right
of
time,
bed
didn't he?
There it is.
Wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers.
Honestly,
All I need to kick him out of bed is
Honestly,
the
Brad Goldie
before.
Oh, I love it.
you sure we haven't tapped into that, Abby?
21.8.
I love the nose on that right away.
It's, yeah, what you
I
get from a hazy.
expected, yeah.
Orange, tropical.
It's pleasant on the nose, even before you drink it. Little bit of drying there, little bit of citrus notes, just a little bit of bitter. It is that it is the typical just, I'm going to ride that line of just that hazy, happy, that drinkability of a hazy while maybe giving you a little more for the people who like a little more of that bitter. That's a pleasant IPA.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
I don't give good scores to, or even reviews to hazies very often, and that's, I love just a dank IPA, so hazies bug me. That's a solid one.
Nice carb level.
Yeah.
The other one I brought back was the one that I gave you that, it was something stereo, I think it was called, and that one was their West Coast style, but it was an approachable West Coast, where like, people like me still drank it and liked it. So that's everything I had there was at least good. Like, I didn't have anything I drank. It was like, nope. Like, it was all like, no, man, it's a solid place.
I don't have any chunks. Does anybody else?
I have some, and
But nothing huge,
I was
really?
gonna, nothing super big, but
We've had some hazies recently that are just like full hop pellets sitting in the goddamn glass.
and just because they put it on the can doesn't mean that it should be in there.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, again, the lager brewer in me, like, god damn it. Come on.
No, that's why I'm just happy when it's like, I gotta look a little bit.
I mean, I don't mind some hop debris, obviously, but when I have to sift it through the teeth
Oh yeah.
to get a decent drink, then
Or you leave the last bit
Yeah.
because it's just hot pellets.
yeah, I don't want that.
You know, I'm
Big
happy
Gulp
with
still
it.
pleasant.
I'm happy with it. I think
really
it's
am,
good.
actually. Yeah.
I also don't think anything necessarily stands out about it. Like, I'm going to forget about this one. The only thing I'm going to remember is the label.
See, because I don't typically like hazies, and this one for me is a very solid, drinkable hazy that gives me a little extra. It gives me just a little bit of that bitter that a lot of times loses out on just pillowy mouthfeel. It's nice to have that little bit, just that little bit. And so I'm not necessarily saying it's a 4 or anything like that. I haven't really made up my mind, but I like this drinkability with the fact that it has a little extra. It's not just, I'm going to do the same thing everybody else is fucking doing.
Speaking of pillowy, how would you call this mouthfeel in case the Davises are watching and not talking?
Mouthfeel is...
Slightly drying, slightly astringent, but overall the initial's a pillowy feel.
What type of feel?
Oh, just a mouthfeel.
You said that's what?
We have we have a person who watches the show regular who she drinks every time we say the word mouthfeel.
So we try to
Needless
squeeze that
said,
in as much as possible.
We've gotten her real drunk before.
I'm still saying we
It's
need
when
to
we
chip in
say
and have the
mouthfeel.
Two Beerded Guys sponsored dry erase board for the drink counter when she's
That
not
would be
there.
funny.
I use the word mouthfeel in almost every sentence.
That man's living a good life. I want to model after him.
I love it. Anybody else have anything to say before we score it?
Brett says, "What's up, you sexy
Nope.
motherfuckers?" And Tyler.
Oh, I'll let him say that then.
Fuck you, Brett.
And Russell says that's how they get away with not being a distilled beverage. There's more science behind it, but it comes down to legality, aka Four Loko,
Oh, we're back on malts again.
which we've never had any of those on Bad Decision shelf days.
Bad decision.
Oh, that was a blue raspberry one too. It's so bad. So whenever we go to out of town, like a little bit of a drive beer fest.
Actually, it's just any beer fest.
It wouldn't go out of town.
True. We stop and get Bad Decision shelf beers. So you know the shelf in the cooler or the liquor store that's all tall boys and it's usually
The Four
shitty ass
Locos, the
beers.
Steel Reserves.
Like the top part has like Coors Light and stuff like that, and then under that's
Maybe
the Steel
the Elysian
Reserves,
or-
the Four Locos, all that shit.
Snoop Juice.
We all get one, and it has to be a Bad Decision. If it's something you like John's not allowed to get the red beers
Yeah.
because he likes those. So like last time, I was like, I didn't even look. I just reached in, grabbed the first thing I saw, and it was a fucking blue raspberry Four Loko, and it was the highest ABV one they had. It was
Yeah, it was like, what, 12% or
was
something?
something
Like,
it was.
it was miserable. Absolutely miserable. Like, I took the first drink, and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And then it just got worse.
And it was like a 24-ouncer.
Yeah. It was, I hated my life.
You guys, you do like Russian roulette and a cooler grab with them? Is that what you do?
No, so that was we just reach in and grab something there. But our cooler for the hops and coaster drops, we literally just emptied the beer fridge upstairs. A couple shelves of the beer fridge, threw it in the cooler.
Nice, I did
Some
the
of
same
it,
thing.
some of it was good. Some of it was not. And you weren't allowed to pick. You had to just reach in and what you grabbed is what you grabbed. So like when
I
people
love that.
Would count to 5.
yeah, like Michiana beer reviewers, Thad and Chris came by and
Nice.
like straight up, we're like, you get one freebie that if it's terrible, you can put it back. But if you put it back, you might get something worse. And it was funny because I think it was Thad pulled out a Bud Light first. Or no, it was Chris. Pulls out a Bud Light first. And he's like, I don't want a Bud Light. Sticks it back down and pulls out one of those nasty ass Black is Beautiful stouts.
None were good from any
knows.
brewery.
And it was the look
I've had
on,
2, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
None of them are
the
good.
look on his face was just like, I haven't had one of these. Takes a drink. And he's like, oh, and we're like, yeah, you should have stuck with
Should
the
have run
Bud
that Bud Light out.
And then other people were like reaching in, pulling out these like beautiful German pilsners, and it's like, all right, fuck you guys.
Right.
But yeah, so that was our favorite thing. We had a massive cooler, and it was just a grab bag. We had a blast. For this beer,
I go
yeah,
first,
it's you.
right? I've said what I said. Like, I think it's fine. I think it's a well-made hazy IPA. Nothing to me kind of stands out on it, so I'm going to give it a 3.5.
You're up.
I'm gonna go a little more and give it a 4 1/4. I love the cans artwork. What you were saying, it's not. First of all, it's not excessively sweet like most hazies out there
Exactly.
are, which I definitely appreciate. There is a little bitterness, slight astringency, but it goes well with the bitterness. It's not hop creep burn, which
No,
gives me those belches.
Oh yeah.
So I like it, man. I'd give it a 4.25, if not 4.50. Seriously.
I'm gonna give it a 4. So that should come out to a 4
That's
average.
a 4 average.
Matt, what are you gonna give it? Not that you count, but
I'm going to
we're
go,
curious.
well, for that real quick, she carries on. Hi, coworker, Gary Shepard.
Congratulations.
And, huh?
I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, sorry, that's not who I thought it was. Ignore me. Continue.
I'm sorry I have to work with him.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm gonna stick with what I said. Congratulations, you get to work with Matt.
Yeah, I'm a pretty awesome coworker. Thanks, John. I'm gonna go with 3.75 on that one. I really liked it, but it's not quite search out for me. But like if I was there and I saw it, like I would definitely grab it. If I go back there, I would definitely buy more. It's quite tasty.
It is very pleasant. It was a good way to end the first half when we've had some low scores, unfortunately.
Yeah,
the good
worst
news
beer night
is
in a while.
we did break out at least one that we know will be good. So Ryan's not going to hate us the entire night for the shit we've had. It's funny. Like I picked out beers I thought would be fun and decent. Anyway,
And then other nights when we try to pick shit beers just to stretch them out, then we have good nights.
yeah, that did happen recently. We purposely picked like stuff we've been like waiting on because we're like, this is gonna be mediocre shit. Ended up like all 4s, and we're like, I mean, great, but at the same time, we were purposely trying to like get rid of some stuff that maybe that like,
Yeah.
oh no, it ended up being a fucking great week. We're like, wait, I give up anymore. There's a couple breweries that are tried and true, and if I want to make sure that something's good, you throw one in.
One might
That's
be
why
there.
This is here. That was very much I want to make sure there's something great. Here we go. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of the first half of the show. We'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes at most. I'm TVG_Ops guy.
My dog B&Q.
The guest today.
Rye Bread 78.
Please tell you said Rye Bread 78.
Did.
Oh, that's awesome.
And behind the camera, the one, the only.
I'll scream Matt.
We'll be right back, guys. 2 of us. That's right.
I feel
What are we?
attacked.
Two Beerded Guys. You're off screen. You don't count. Oh, wait. You're right. It is 3 today.
Yeah, it is.
We're all bearded.
Matt's like, but I'm here too. Anyway, so
We've told you don't count.
Two bearded guys.
but
in
you
the
matter.
fuzzies.
But you matter. We are back with the second half of the show. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Blood Hog B&Q.
Our guest today.
Rye Bread 78.
I was so glad he said it again.
That's so good.
And behind the camera,
I'm
the
gonna
one,
go
the
follow Rye
only,
Bread
the always
Center.
had
I don't
it.
think that's my
I'll
actual
scream that.
handle.
You know what? I'm going to look
I
at
don't think that's my
was.
actual.
It was at one time.
Whoever it is
It's
going to
getting
get
followed.
Is going to get a follow.
Cincy Rye Bread on Twitter.
I'm loving all of this. But no, so we've had a meh first half. We ended solid with a 4. Thank God for
Ooh.
that. Real glad we ended.
Dang it.
Not him.
Is it not you?
Nope.
The Rye Bread 788.
No.
Oh.
This is amazing.
Rye Bread 78 just got 3 new followers.
What was the other one? Cincy Rye?
Cincy Rye Bread.
Yeah, but that's on Twitter. He said.
Ooh.
Could be other
It's
things.
a Twitter man.
Hey, we ended solid though with a 4 on a nice hazy IPA. Now we're getting into the darker beers. We're starting off with a brown. This is from Scarlet Lane. This is one of my favorite breweries in the state. A, because I enjoy their beer, and B, I love the people in the atmosphere. Like it is my groove. They are Halloween.
You almost said kink.
Yeah, a little bit. It is Halloween year round there. You know, like,
It is my kink.
it is Halloween year round, and that is everything I love. If baseball and Halloween happened at the same time, like I'd be a happy man. That would be my kink.
I feel like they do. Isn't that the World Series time frame?
Technically, yes, which is why I love the World Series, but like also technically no. It used to be over before then, but then they've pushed it back, and the World Series, yeah. But anyway, so Scarlet Lane Brewing Company out of McCordsville, plus 4 other locations. This is Katrina Brown Sugar and Cinnamon Brown Ale. This is my fall beer of choice. Like I will be straight up. I don't like pumpkin beers. This is what I drink every fall. I'm already pretty much out of these, which broke my heart.
I will say that fuck pumpkin ales. Like the fall beverage is hard cider.
I mean, well, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Ciders in general, I like. I'm talking like apple cider, like good apple cider from an orchard. Love me. I'll throw a little bourbon in one. You know.
He's literally begging for people to love him on air. He's like, love me.
Love me, love me,
Love me.
love me tender. That's yours.
That Saturday when I came over, John stopped for chips. I saw they had a whole bunch of ciders right there, and I walked in at Walmart. I was like, just regular, just non-boozy, just apple ciders. Like, oh man, it's that time of
The
year.
official beer of horror, because they do the Horror Hound Festival beers every
Yeah.
year. Because they do cool Halloween shit.
Yeah, I love the horror vibe for sure.
Well, their assistant brewer literally helped make a movie that was on Shudder recently,
Nice.
in Glorious, the
Glory hole themed horror movie.
Lovecraftian glory hole film. It's
That's
so
the
much better
appropriate
than it
face, yeah.
sounds. But it's on Shudder for those of you that are into horror movies. It does have J.K. Simmons in it, as well as from True Blood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I got it right.
True Blood fan.
All right, John. Preconceived. I was gonna say, what do you think about the cinnamon on this? What do you think we're gonna do?
I think it's going to be balanced well enough with the brown sugar. I'll be okay.
I love that nose.
Yeah.
That is
It
like
smells
that is
really
like
good.
almost snickerdoodle like.
Yeah.
I think the snickerdoodle was a pretty fair analogy.
That's
like,
fall in a glass.
Oh yeah.
Like on the nose, I was a little concerned, like because it had a heavy cinnamon nose for me. That I was like, it's gonna be too much. John and I are gonna shit on this. But no, this is a pretty well executed cinnamon beer. There's a proper amount of cinnamonity.
It is 6%.
We
Also,
make up a lot of words.
this is from like their first round of cans. They've always bottled.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I haven't seen a can yet.
They got a canning line recently.
Did they?
Then they had to get it set up. Then they had to get cans in, which was a fucking nightmare. Then they had to get labels in, which was a fucking nightmare. Especially when you haven't done it and you're doing it for the first time. Everything's more of a pain in the ass. But yeah, they've ran through Katrina, Tiberius, and a couple others for the first runs. And now we're going to have cans from Scarlet Lane. I'm pretty excited.
They're gonna stick with 16. Do you know?
As of right now, because I think they bought a shit ton of 16-ounce cans. Like my guess, and I didn't get a chance to ask Elise or Leah last time I was in there, because that did cross my mind when I saw they were 16s. But at the same time, I'm like, my guess is that's what they could get, and they just said fuck it and did it.
Well, Brett says, speaking of Scarlet Lane, we need to make a trip there real soon.
Yeah, we do.
And he says the audio has hiccups. Did you say horror movie?
Horror.
I
mean, we watched the same Hocus Pocus, right?
Hocus Pocus.
I think that would have been more entertaining.
Hey, I'm just saying, I have some great gold right now on the meme game on the Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Review Instagram. I've been posting a lot of shit on there lately. It's Halloween month, so...
I did straight up steal the Hocus Pocus one from Kelly, though.
Oh, I stole the two I got that I found from other people. Like,
that's fair.
It's social media. If you're not stealing, you're not doing it right.
And speaking of Hocus Pocus, Carrie, my coworker, says warm apple cider and Old Smoky salted caramel whiskey is her go-to for a fall beverage.
Sounds
she
like
had
diabetes in a glass.
So she had a couple of those watching Hocus Pocus 2 this weekend.
Speaking of which, that is what we will be reviewing tonight on Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews. So if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you don't listen to the show till after you watch it. But watch it, listen, and see if your idea on it jives up with any of ours. Because my guess is we'll have three very differing opinions that usually end up in a fight, which is the best part of our Drunken Movie Reviews.
And like one of the classic drive-in theater double feature. We have a double feature.
But wait,
tonight.
if you listen now, we will give you not one but two Drunken Movie Review podcasts.
Because what's the other one we're doing?
Casper.
Hey, it's family. It's our
family
family October movie.
You just have to pay separate shipping and handling. Wow,
You
words.
can find our podcast literally wherever you find podcasts.
Wherever listening to.
I listen to it on Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating, please. And
Shit.
have you still not done that? You were fucking useless.
No, John gave us a 1. He's like, I didn't like that movie.
That Tyler dude's a fucking ass. Fuck him.
He's so abrasive.
But no, seriously, back to this beer. You don't get enough brown ales anyways. So it's nice to have a brown ale. Brown ales are perfect for the fall.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice malty, a little bit heavier than, some other beers, but not stout. So I can drink this. It's very approachable. I can have a 16-ounce can. I can have maybe 2. The cinnamon's not overdone for guys like these two who don't like cinnamon. That brown sugar really blends it well. I think this is a snickerdoodle in a glass. This is fall. This is everything I want around a campfire.
The only nitpick that I have, if I'm sipping on this thing's so freaking good. However, when I big gulp it a little bit, I do get a little bit of roastiness, which is appropriate. However, the roastiness with the cinnamon tends to be a little overbearing then.
So I drank a 4-pack of this sitting around the fire Friday night or Thursday night this week. I'd cleaned out some of storage. Mom had some old farm paperwork where she used to do the books for my grandparents' farm. I'm trying to get her out of that storage shit, so I just was burning shit all day long. Oh yeah, I straight up sat down with a cooler next to me, drank a 4-pack of this, then went back in the house and was like, shit, what else do I have? Had a 4-pack left of the one drink from 450 I like. Take it out, I drank those. I'm like, shit, I'm still not done. Go inside. I'm like, fuck, my fridge is pretty much empty. Found some some seltzers in the back of the fridge. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's load these up. By the end of Thursday night, I was feeling real fucking good out there.
Nice. That's what I got. It's almost time to score, right?
It is. Ryan, you were first to score this one.
I like it for a brown ale. I'm not usually too big on cinnamon beers. But I do like the complimentary brown sugar as well. Thank you.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to Matt.
I'll say 3.5. Yeah, I mean it's good. Brown cinnamon beers in general aren't necessarily my thing.
That's really funny how we have 3 people who aren't cinnamon fans.
Yeah.
What do you like? Goddamn. I like raspberries. Don't like cinnamon.
I like cinnamon. This morning I had cinnamon graham cereal.
He likes Pilsners.
See, I'm a big Cinnamon Toast Crunch fan.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, this is my fall go-to beer. This and
it is perfect for fall.
The only pumpkin beer I'll drink is Shafley's. This and Shafley's Pumpkin are the two that I'll drink in the fall. That is my fall beers of choice. I'm giving it a 4.5. I will seek this out every time. I buy a case or more every year. This to me is fall in a glass. It's that snickerdoodle. It's everything I could want.
And I'm gonna go with the 4. I'm gonna split that difference. I will seek it out mostly because I have a Scarlet Lane mule Thank you, Tyler.
Is his name rhyme with Tyler?
Smiler.
Does his name was
I do
Schmeiler.
have a funny story about Scarlet Lane. When I first moved up here, I didn't really know too many in the brewing scene, but I went to the Indiana Brewers Convention, and I was like a little nerd, and I didn't know anyone. I didn't really know who to talk to. So I saw Elise, and I was like, I know her. I read about her. I know Scarlet Lane. I like what they're doing. I had Dorian a couple times. I was like, I'll go talk to them. Yay! So I kind of sidled her and was like, hey, I'm Ryan, blah, blah, blah. And like John from Broad Ripple came up and was like, who the fuck are you? Why are you talking to us? And like I was also talking with Mitch, who's now over at Switchyard. And he's from Cincinnati too, or Ohio, I should say. But yeah, it was just a funny story.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to make friends here.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
I'm Ryan.
Hi guys, I'm new here.
I might have been at that beer convention. When was that? God, did I go in 2018?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was it.
Because I went with Deer Creek.
Then it was 18.
Yeah.
It would have been 18
Yeah.
if you went with Deer Creek.
Yep.
See, now I'm more confident. Now I just walk up and be like, hello, I'm Rye Bread 78.
Or am I?
Don't look that up because you won't find me.
Maybe since you rye bread.
I make all the good beers.
But yeah, no, they are. It's such a unique location, anyways. I love Scarlet Lane
Oh,
locations.
absolutely. I love the vibe for sure.
Exactly. But yeah, that was a solid beer. It gives a solid 4. Matt, what would you score?
It's not quite search out for me, but it's a 3.75, very strong. Well done cinnamon for the cinnamon beer hater. I like your analogy of a snickerdoodle. It is very much like that. My apprehension would be I don't know if I could do a whole 16-ounce glass of it myself, but it is really well done and it's very delicious.
Tired of that. I was like, I don't know if I can do a whole 4-pack of that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did.
I know we're on different ends of the spectrum on that one, but
I like it just because it's sweet without being sweet, if that makes
Yeah, it
sense.
definitely
Yeah.
wasn't overbearing.
Yeah, like the sweet's there, but it's not overbearing. It's not like I'm drinking diabetes.
and it's
Yeah.
it's fall like without being a pumpkin beer, which I am not a big pumpkin beer fan anyways, so I like that as a nice alternative. I think that's very well done.
You got a little friend on your microphone.
It's a
Yeah.
very, very small spider.
Oh, he's going to go say hi to Matt.
It's been there the whole time.
It better not.
I hadn't told Matt because
No, he's coming.
I don't like spiders. He's even more deathly afraid than
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah.
Come here, friend.
Yeah, I hadn't told him for that reason.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Now it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, while John's busy playing with the 8-legged helpers of Satan, Ryan, I heard you say that you moved from Cincy and you're working over there at the field brewing. When did you move over here?
2018.
Okay.
And what brought you here? Was it field or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was brewing at Moorline Lager House.
You
Oh,
were
really?
Line? Nice.
Yeah, home of the pour your own beer table.
Thus the lager back
Yeah, the
there.
Stammtisch table.
I love how Matt and I both. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm in Moorline.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was a head brewer there for a little bit. I started there as a draft. Well, I started there technically when they first opened up as a bartender / trainee person. Worked my way up, kept bringing in home beers for the brewers to try. Started cleaning draft lines. Worked my way up to head brewer pretty quickly.
Nice.
I think that was on a people were leaving, not staying kind of thing. But I learned everything I really learned on a big brew scale through there.
Which is definitely a lot different.
Yeah.
So then you're still head brewing over here at Field, right? You're not just the sample guy at the beer fest we see out there?
No. Definitely. I now have an assistant, which is funny. I put on, I think, 10 pounds since I got an assistant. I still do my share of the grunt work. But,
Sounds like it.
But there's always something.
But now
going
it's
on.
halved.
Yeah.
How big of a brew system do you guys have?
We have a 10-barrel system.
Okay.
So it's a 10-barrel brew system. Everything's Portland Kettle Works.
Okay.
We do have 220s and 210s in the fermentation, and then mirror that we have 220s, 210s in the
bright tank.
serving tank brights. Rarely I
You guys
use
do the
them as
serving tank
brights.
method?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rarely I use them as a bright when I need to. But for the most part, they'll go in the serving, stay in there for a couple weeks, not very long, and then keg down, make room for the next one.
Nice.
Sales have been crazy lately, and I'm playing a bit of catch up on our core beers and the seasonals. Like Oktoberfest is about, we're on the last keg already. So
Damn.
Hells yeah.
That's awesome.
it's always great when your Oktoberfest is done either right before October or right after the start.
Yeah, that's a good moving beer then.
It's a problem you want.
But then again, we sampled it at Lagers and Lawrence, and it was fantastic. So this is the double barrel aged The Last Guardian. This is a 21.8% beverage.
I really was hoping you were just not going to tell that and just let him take a sip first and be like, oh, weird, what?
This is from release number 1 of this year. They bottled 30 cases. The 2 barrels they used for this were Kentucky Straight Bourbon and Colorado Single Malt. This was a Modest Abbey style ale.
You guys are missing the show.
There's nothing modest about it.
Is he saying modest or modest?
It says modest.
All right.
And the nose is.
This is almost
what
as strong as their anniversary ale. That was like, what, 22? This is 21
It's
change?
0.2% away from their anniversary ale, which was their anniversary stout was a 22% stout, and it drank like more like a 15.
drank
It was
like
actually
15.
pretty fucking
Yeah.
tasty.
God, this is.
Oh,
Oh, that's just
you
dumb.
still get a lot of that dark fruit. That is
Shut
creamy
up.
and caramel.
I haven't even tasted it yet because I want to make.
That
it
is
up.
creamy and
Shut
caramel.
up.
What? You disagree?
No, that is a.
Oh,
Oh my
He's telling
God.
me-
I think it's telling the beer to shut
telling the
up,
beer to
not
shut
you,
up.
for a change.
that is creamy, caramely.
Molasses, sweet,
Yeah, molasses is
smooth. It doesn't drink like 20+%.
No.
This is the
He's so confused.
this is the show's favorite brewery. River North is out of Denver, Colorado. For those of you that don't know, they make a great pilsner, a great lager, and then when they get to their heavy stuff, it is just big boy beer
That
for
is
big drinkers.
Very big boy. beer.
Look at those legs.
Yeah, Rob, if you're still watching, we got your 17 and change right here, pal.
For as big of a beer as it is, it's amazingly light.
Yeah,
Right?
It just drinks so light.
None of their beers, even their stouts, their deepest stouts, never drink as heavy as you expect. And I absolutely adore the drinkability of their beers, even with the ABVs. The people are fantastic, which helps. But I've literally drank everything on their menu when I was in there one time. And I started at the Pilsner, just worked my way through. And they set it up where at their main tap room, the left side is all their lighter stuff. The right side is all the big boy beers. And I'm like, well, I've had these from we'd ordered them from Tavor.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I've had some of these, so I'm going to try your other stuff to see if you're hiding behind your ABV and your other stuff. Their fucking Pilsner's crisp and just clean and bright. And I'm like, all right, what about this hoppy lager? Tried it. I'm like, all right, fuck you guys. And I go through and I'm like, all right, now let's get to the other shit I haven't had. They have it's called Legalese. It is a peppercorn stout. They use both black and green peppercorns in it.
Okay.
It shouldn't work as well as it does, and it is fucking stupid good. And we've had one bad beer from them, and that was really bad.
That was still like a 3.
No,
it
that
lower?
rum barrel aged quandary we gave like a 1.5.
Okay.
It was just a weird experiment.
Yeah,
Is it rum barrel aged what?
it was
Quad?
called quandary, but it was a quad, and it was not. It didn't go well.
One bad beer.
Yeah. And
Out
it
of a
was
lot,
funny because
though.
their marketing girl, who we know, literally was like, "What do you guys think of this beer?" And I'm like, honestly, thought it was shit, and told her why. And she's like, "Yeah, well, that's pretty much the thoughts here too. But our regulars lie to us." And they're like, "Oh, it's so good." She's like, "And I knew you guys wouldn't. So thanks for being honest." I'm like, fuck yeah.
I
We're honest.
honestly could drink that with like one ice cube in it.
Drink it like a fine scotch.
If it had some like a little peatness, a little smokiness to it, I would seriously consider it like a scotch.
You almost get that, like, after a couple drinks, a little Kentucky hug going
A
down.
little
Yeah,
bit of
right.
bigger
Yeah,
drink gives you a
absolutely.
little bit of the scotchy feel, a little more.
Oh, man.
But
That is so pleasant.
It
it's
drinks
so molasses,
light.
it's so caramel, but
I'm
yet
admiring those
thin
legs.
drinking,
My
like
God.
How far those legs go, John?
all the way
All
down.
day.
I like that you both had a different answer, but the same answer at the same time.
All the way up. Better, but not.
Yeah, fair.
God. So, I don't know if you were keen to this game or not, Ryan. We have something we call the DUI show.
This is not DUI.
This would
shelf.
not qualify, but I think the same logic would apply where the DUI shelf for us is like, all right, if it drinks like a 8 or 9%, but it's like 12 or 13, that's a DUI shelf.
Oh, yeah.
This thing, it doesn't drink like a 21 and change.
Not
like
at all. There's
this
no
drinks
way
more
I
like
would
a
think that.
like a 15. Like this drinks 5% lower.
We
than what
did
it
come
is.
up with a new one with Pete last time, and I don't remember what he called it. And I didn't write it down. I know that.
Damn.
Because it was, we were talking about how like some of these beers drank, because it was the episode he wasn't here. It was when we drank this one. This is the an infallible barrel aged beer is what they called it. God Complex. It was 20.8. Which here's the single barrel aged version that we also have, and it is 18.7. These two rows of beers right here, Ryan.
That's our happy
Two
place.
is the River North rows.
And they're out of Denver, you said?
Yeah.
Yes,
right
sir.
here. That's all River North in both rows.
We might be fanboys.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But
Anytime we have
it's
friends out
deserved,
there,
man.
we have it muled back to us.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good time. But seriously, I've said about as much as I can because that caramel molasses, it just is such a beautifully made beer. It's very drinkable and approachable while also getting you fucked up real quick.
I want to interject. When we had the barley wine episode, we were saying like
This would have fit well.
the common complaint was like, it's good, but it's not got that complexity. This has got more of the complexity than almost any of those barley wines that we had
for
that
sure.
week.
I was
That
going
bird
to
dog
say the caramel notes and the molasses is definitely the dominant flavors in there.
You get
but
some of that
there's
datey
some
flavor,
complexity.
like-
There's some stone fruit in there. It's
Well, and part of it also helps that it's two very different styles of barrels. You have the bourbon and the Scotch barrels.
Absolutely.
That brings both are unique barrels anyways that bring complexity. You mix those together, that is
What did they say? What Scotch barrel?
was that the
this is just Colorado single malt, but Kentucky straight bourbon this time, so not the Colorado.
That's why it tastes so much better.
Last time, I'm trying to remember what she told
Did anybody
me.
pull a big gulp on that? Because
I did a little bit.
that lets you know that booze is there a little more.
oh
on
yeah,
big
it
gulp.
does.
Well, it's
It
like
hides
taking
it
a
slightly
shot when you,
less.
I think that
It really
that-
is. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, it's got those Belgian characteristics as well.
This is why I love River North. they can
Who goes
execute.
first on this one? I think Ryan does, right?
the single malt is probably Stranahan's. Because she said that's what she thinks both barrels were in the other one.
Stranahan's?
The Colorado bourbon and the Colorado single malt. She thought was Stranahan's. So my guess is at least the single malt is Stranahan's. I don't know about the bourbon though. Because that's a Kentucky
Yeah,
bourbon.
there's
this
a
time.
few of them down there in Kentucky, I hear.
Yeah, a few. And I have a feeling River North can call people and just be like, hey, I want this.
That.
And they just, because they're barrel age programs. Them and Revolution,
This.
two of the very best barrel age programs I've ever seen. But, yeah, I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
See you?
4, 5. It's me. It's a 5. It's not even close. I think the drinkability of a 21.8 should never be this good. Like, this should not be this approachable. And between the flavor complexity, the loveliness, the drinkability, and the fact that drinkability matches with good luck walking, it's perfect. So I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna give it a 5 for that 21.8% beverage.
When we talk about a rating scale, we talk about that 4.5, 4.75, and 5 is 4.5 is almost a damn near perfect beer. But when you get that 4.75 and that 5, that's your personal preference.
Are you about to not give it a 5?
That's where does it jingle your tingles, or does it tingle your jingles, or twerk your tweeters?
Are you about to not give it a 5?
Oh, I'm giving it a 5.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's gonna one of two ways. He's either gonna do it or he's not.
That's a 5.
Like, I don't know Ryan's taste as well, so whatever he does is his thing.
Which is why that's why I laid it out there.
But if you wouldn't have given a 5 when I know what
this
you
is
like,
a 5. I love this. It's fantastic.
Tyler was this close to flipping the table.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I'm a big football fan. NFL. I love almost every team out there. I'm definitely diehard Bengals. But I'm gonna go.
Houday.
I'm gonna go Romeo Houday. I'm gonna go Romeo Cornell. I'm gonna give it a 5 because it is what you said it was. They are what you said they are.
The best part about that is that works for so many fandoms because he's been around the league a little
I
bit.
wish you said they are. And it is. It literally is. And if anything, it's actually better than what it was.
If I could give it more than a 5, I absolutely would.
Oh yeah.
It's. I'm honestly surprised at how much I actually enjoyed it. That being said, there's no way in how I could drink a full bottle by myself.
I'd give it a
definitely-
shot.
Oh, I
it's
could do
definitely
that
a
one,
friend.
yeah.
It's around a fire, hanging out, not doing anything. Maybe this would be my Christmas beer. This would be me wrapping presents for the kids while they
That thing
sleep.
is, you can drink a bottle of this as long as you're also doing something. Like, I'm sitting around
Yeah,
a fire,
because-
I'm relaxing,
Yeah.
I'm wrapping Christmas presents. Oh, I need to refill my
You're
glass.
gonna stand up though and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, this is the one that, just like when I wrap presents and I'm drinking bourbon most of the time, I go to stand up and go, oh, and then I look at the bottle and the bottle's emptier than I thought it was. And you're like,
Or you wrapped your hand.
why is there, oh shit.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but no, I definitely, I'm all aboard on the 5 train for sure.
I'm telling you right now, they have, I keep begging them to find a way to distro out here because
Oh yeah.
John and I are like, we'll fucking work for someone if we have to. Like, let's do this. But yeah, no, I can't say enough about them as a brewery, but then they do shit like that shouldn't be that approachable. And then
That's honestly what impressed me the most. Like, goddamn, like I never would have thought that.
we've had beers that taste so much stronger, so much more boozy, that'll be like a 14. That just like, like, it's good because I like bourbon, but at the same time, you're like, oh, that's not what I was looking for. If I want a shot, I'll fucking drink a shot. Like, and then you have that's just 21.8, and you're like, okay, I can sip on this all fucking day.
It's 21.8% all in that nose, but when you sip it,
Oh, so good.
it's like 14.
I would guess 17. I think would be my high end. Somewhere in the 16 to
Yeah,
17 range.
there's no way in how I would have thought that was as high as it was.
That would have been a fun one to do to guess the ABV
Oh,
game
yeah.
on. That's why I was like,
That's-
dude, don't tell me,
Yeah,
don't tell
but
me.
when Rob was talking shit about the ABV, and I'm sitting here with a 21.8, it's like, oh, you're cute. I have 4 in
Go
the River
back to
North
the
lineup
minus.
back there. I have 4 in the River North lineup back there that's bigger than that. You go home.
Well, and then what you were saying earlier about making up words and stuff, it's easy to do when you're describing beers. I use the term fuselic a lot. Like, it's very fossily, it's very diesel fuel-ish, fuselic, and everyone's like, that's not a word. I'm like, I know it's
I
not.
like
You're like, no, it's gonna be though.
But
It's catching on.
it really describes the heat, because it's almost a fuel.
All right. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, we did copy that. All right, so
Sounds like scrumtrelescent.
now we move into our 2 stouts.
Lessened.
We have 2 stouts left, which I'm excited about.
be a fun bike
This
ride
is, yeah, I didn't know you rode your bike, bro. Sorry.
Hey, I'd rather ride my bike.
That's fair.
After a couple of
That's
these
fair.
than
It's fair.
And
Fair point.
nobody's drinking a full one, so that helps.
Yeah.
This is Elmer. I don't really know what the fucking name is. I think it's Elmer NMT, but we also have the Great Whale on here. Like, I'm not 100%.
And then they flip the logo on the other side.
Yeah.
Like it's upside down. Like, what, who
Oh,
are you
yeah.
trying to fool?
No, I think it's Elmer NMT.
There's fucking with you after you get too drunk. You're like, is this can upside down?
nitro milk stout.
Yeah, it's just Imperial. Omnipolo Imperial Milk Stout with coconut, vanilla, coffee, and milk sugar. This is a 15.5% ABV. Product of Sweden.
Sweden, isn't that beer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
Huh?
First of
It's
all,
from Sweden, isn't that
I'm just
beer?
gonna say how much I love the black on black.
Oh, yeah.
The black
Oh,
cans,
yeah.
yeah, those are
Always a
dope.
That literally is just insane.
And
I
watch
love
this
it.
pour coming out of the black
Black
can,
out
too.
of black.
That's what we call triple black. If you're talking about like a car, it's like black convertible top, black
Like
interior,
straight
black
up.
band.
I would be like,
John,
that oil needs change.
Look at that.
Yeah, that,
was it Parks and Rec? He passed out a business card. It's black on black. I can't read it. I know, right?
but it looks so dope.
Give you the last bit this time, John.
Pours good.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm so used to, this whole, all
That's
three of us
nice.
having craft or die is killing me. a
Dude,
little
I can
bit.
just see
Shout out
the,
Craft or Die for making the best goddamn glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
this
of
is pretty
which,
sick.
if you turn and look at Batman, he's straight up drinking bourbon.
Nice.
And if you read
Oh,
the glass,
yeah,
you
please.
got to say it out loud.
Why's Joker got nipples? Oh yeah, Han Solo. I saw it.
Oh, hold
earlier,
on.
I was
Here,
like,
look at this.
Yeah, I read it and then I saw it was Tyson.
Star Wars. May the fourth.
I love it.
This one here, TMNT.
Shout out Craft or Die. God,
This was their anniversary
I love
glass.
them
Had like
fuckers.
a gold rim across the top. Yeah.
Love it.
We have
It's what we
few
call
more.
super dub drinkware. But I do like that I can even see through the camera on your
guys got
glass,
breasts
Tyler.
in
Like
this?
the side of the glass,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got like still
The
the
Joker's got
the
this.
color of that beer.
Bane's got
Oh yeah, they're getting drunk.
Bane's got breasts.
I love
Brave.
Alfred. I have a magnet of this Alfred that's on my fridge, carrying a bourbon bottle.
Please tell me anyone in this room is watching Harley Quinn on HBO.
I've seen every episode.
Oh my god, it's so hilarious.
It's so funny.
Dude, Bane is my favorite character. They took my pasta maker. There will be revenge.
What was it? Years ago, Cartoon Network. Solomon Grundy wants pants. Everyone's got pants. Solomon Grundy wants pants.
Oh, Tyler's not gonna like this.
Seriously though, I'll tell you right now.
Tyler's not a mascot. It's very coconutty.
Tyler's not gonna like it.
I like coconut.
It's. I don't
Oh,
think
is
it's
it artificial?
overpowering.
No. It's a bit diabetes.
It's definitely sweet. I wish the coffee was there more.
Is it Tyler? Is it?
But I get some
Did I hit the
coffee.
button?
Oh, it's absolutely
I definitely
diabetes.
get
Diabetes.
I think more coffee would have
Diabetes.
helped cut that diabetes out.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's diabetic. Yeah, I don't think we hit quite that ledge.
It's-
It is, but I'm not. It's not pushing me away.
Yeah, it's toeing the line, but I don't think it's quite crossed it.
Yeah, it's there. It's just not pushing me away. It's not to that point. We've had plenty that have been so sweet that it didn't matter how good the flavor was. I could take like 2 sips and I wanted to like off myself in a sugar rush.
This is another one of those you put in a Starbucks
Kind of like
bottle,
Kylie's
put
probably
in a
doing
gas
right now
station.
after that.
That double diet do.
After whatever the hell that freeze was she just had.
Slushy,
this is-
slushy surprise.
This is a Starbucks coffee.
I don't know if I got that. I do appreciate that the coconut is not like very forward on there. It's not. I'm drinking it and really noticing that's there. If I didn't know that it was on it from the can, I probably wouldn't pick it out.
The turtle coffee stout last week was a frappuccino in a
From
glass.
Reeves, yeah, that was stupid.
That was straight up like Starbucks frappuccino, and it was so good. This isn't quite to that level. Like I'm thinking Starbucks because I want more of the coffee. It's good. It does coat my tongue. I kind of wish I'd have put it last because like I'm a little afraid whatever we drink next is gonna.
I think
There's,
if there's more coffee though, then you wouldn't get hardly any sweetness. I think the coffee would almost cut it completely,
I'd be okay with
which I
that.
know is what you would want, but I don't think that's what was intended with the beverage.
What are you thinking?
What I know it's not on there, but I guess the combination of coconut, coffee, and vanilla is. I just get molasses like thick on my tongue. I feel like
I get that.
I feel like I'm chugging blackstrap molasses.
well, I'm getting like cocoa and kind of chalky cocoa, but the beer's not chalky. It's just weird. It's tricking me.
I don't like the aftertaste. I like the beer. I don't like the aftertaste. Like I'm sitting here. I really wish I had a palate cleanser.
Kind of Mounds Bar-ish. It really is.
Like I kind of want to get rid of this flavor that's in my mouth right now.
Yeah,
Mounds bars don't taste.
We should have
this
saved the
good.
warhead to cut this shit.
I'm not shitting on it. I actually really do enjoy it. I think it's done pretty well. It's just.
I mean, there's Pachanga behind you.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
It is a coder for sure.
You just grab a separate. I mean, it could also be a rinse as well as a palate cleanser. Tyler, save me a trip. Jeez, guy.
This doesn't affect you. I'll take this upstairs. You still got to rinse that.
Pete just threw out a random. You guys rock. Are you drunk, Pete?
Probably.
huh.
I've only had a few
That helped.
Omnipolos, and I dug most of them. I'm not feeling this one. I mean, for what it is, it's what it is.
It is what it says it is.
Yeah.
They are what they said they were.
Romeo Crown.
But it's just, man,
Crown.
it coats your tongue. It leaves a little bit of a rough aftertaste. It's sweet up front. I'm not a fan. I'm really not.
I'll swing anywhere from 2 to 3.5 on this one. I'm so back and
Well,
forth.
that fits for you.
Because there's things that I really like. Yeah.
I thought there was a joke there, but I can't quite get it.
There's things I really appreciate about it, and then there's things like, God, it's just not great.
I just saw the light bulb above you.
Next time Ryan's on, we're going to start with a 20%er and just watch him go downhill from there.
Drunk history.
I've always said it's kind of a drunk history and a hot ones mix.
And we do have a good time with it. I would kill to be on Drunk History. That would be like my dream.
And I'd be killed to be on hot ones too. Fuck. Yeah,
No,
great.
not hot ones. No, fuck that. All
My
the
taste
hell.
buds would be killed to be on that.
I attempted the one chip challenge recently and wanted to off myself. I
Yeah?
puked.
I heard the newer one is like way spicier.
Yeah,
than
we
that
didn't even do the
first one.
2022. We didn't do the.
We did 2021.
Yeah, we
It
did
was
2021. I made it 49 seconds before needing a drink.
Shush.
Dude, I wanted to kill him. I've done the hot ones, the bomb, and I've done the full hot ones.
Yeah.
I've done that. I mean, it sucked, but I survived
Yeah,
that.
you survived it.
But you didn't have. You were also were able to drink almost immediately though too. There was like a time
We did
limit
a
on
full
that one.
3-minute video before I drank anything.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't think
John
that-
was
I know you
recording
were
me
that
and trying to make me look bad.
I'm
So
curious.
Oh, no, I was
how
standing behind
I
and
know.
saw that. I just didn't realize you
it's
went that long without drinking.
so the problem with the one chip challenge is it's so dry it sticks to everything.
And it's a stealth chip. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no getting rid of it. It just. I was driving
clean.
home and I text them like 2 hours later. I'm driving home.
John's reliving it.
And
Look
I
at him
happened
just
to be
licking
like
his
this.
gums.
Found a piece in my tooth and instant hot. And I was like, oh motherfucker.
See, I can't do it then. I got a lot of gaps and crevices.
Yeah, it was
in my-
miserable.
In my gums.
But back to this beer, John. It is you first.
I think I'm going to land on the 2.5 for the drinking
fine.
experience. I think it tastes better than that, but the drinking experience,
It's up to you.
I'm going to go 2.5.
You don't have to do that.
I just realized that I already had yours.
Oh, we finished it.
There he is.
I wasn't sure if he would or not.
He's not a quitter.
So we got a 2.5 from John, which I think is way too high.
There.
Ryan,
I'm gonna go 1. It's
1.
which is which lets me down for Omnipolo because
I like Omnipolo. That's
Yeah.
why I bought it.
yeah.
I got that at Total Wine. It was kind of expensive
I
too.
love that can too. God damn, I love that can.
It was $11 for that damn
bullshit.
can.
Shit.
That's bullshit.
But
I love that
Omnipolo's
can.
always been good for
Yeah.
when I've had them. It was 15.5%. The can's sexy. I was like, that's worth $11.
Right?
It's not because I'm giving it a 1 as well. That was a shit fucking beer.
Yeah, it was.
Like it was barely not dumped down a drink.
That is 1.5.
It's like
Wow.
it's like a Charleston chew
Yeah.
fucked a Tootsie Roll, cream pie in it, and then somehow they knocked over a Hershey syrup can
Was that
into a beer.
Into a blackstrap barrel.
Yeah. Ooh.
Was that a little Debbie cream pie? Oatmeal cream pie?
8:47. Mark
Yes,
the
it
tape. That was a beautiful description. Hey,
John just went to food porn in that. He's like, yeah,
who
keep
runs their
talking.
social media? They just like their posts.
Omnipolo did?
Yeah.
Oh, Field.
Fields.
I think Jackie.
Because we tagged you. We tagged Field in the post.
Jackie doesn't like.
And
me.
we tagged Rye Bread
My
78, but that's not going anywhere.
Inner voice comes out.
You've done great.
I
It's
got
fine.
hood pretty quick. Speaking of which, I had an unprofessional moment at that October or at Loggers.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Is that something we can talk about now or when the camera turns
Oh
on?
yeah, you can. I apologize to him, but I had never seen the look of fear in someone's eyes.
What'd you do?
What did you do?
We closed up shop. We finished our beers. First of all, if anyone knows Field, we're notorious for bringing secret beers.
Oh, yeah.
So we always have an extra keg of something, So I always bring extra beers than what I'm paid for.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things.
I had my back turned. We were breaking down shop, and someone yelled, "Oh, you're out of beer. You didn't bring enough." And I turned. And I said, "Who the fuck said that?" And I got a little heated.
Your Cincy came out?
And some guy pointed to his friend.
Some dude straight up grabbed his fucking
He totally did. So I came and I said, "I'll have you know who said that. I'll have you know I bring more beer than I'm paid for." And then his girlfriend jumped in front of him. No. We just love Field beers. You didn't bring enough because we love them. Blah blah blah.
That's so
The guy's eyes
funny.
went.
The Cincy and Ryan popped out a little bit.
That's pretty good.
Our last beer is going to be Forgotten Road Ales, which we have not had anything from on the show before. This is the Ammo Can Alpha 4 Imperial Stout with Savage
Lord,
Roasters
that's
coffee
Lord.
and Byers Maple Farm maple syrup.
Oh my goodness.
11.2%.
Oh, only 11.2.
Yeah, no, this is pretty weak now. on a regular day, that's
It
pretty
looks
good.
a lot bigger than it's pouring.
It's a nice, beautiful
Because
head
it's
on
such a
that.
small can? Or...
It pours
I love the
thick.
color of that head.
Oh, Ryan went in for 2 nostrils deep on that one.
That's right.
Military themed from the label.
I appreciate the 8-ounce can.
Ammo can, Alpha 4.
Yeah, we got this one from Tavor. And it was a 2-pack.
Actually, I think they sold individually, and I just
Were
bought
they?
2 because
Okay.
this is the one I caught. They were small cans.
Okay.
There's another one that I think we've had floating around here somewhere that I didn't realize was a small can.
Westfield, it's over here on the right. Or westbound and down or something.
Yeah, so
like that.
there's only
It
one.
smells boozy.
Not
for 11
eastbound and
too.
down.
We
Loading up and trucking.
my favorite of the 8-something cans is the
Hoppin' Frog.
whenever Hoppin' Frog does it, because it's
yeah.
guaranteed to be like 16 plus, and their beer is just they straight up admit they make shit up. They're like, hey, we made this style up. It's a pentuple.
Pentuple.
This doesn't exist. Here's why we're calling it a pentuple. Have fun. And it's like, and it's so dead like pan, like not even like tongue in cheek. It's straight up just deadpan. Like
We made this
yeah,
up.
we fucking made this shit up. Have fun.
I can see that.
And we
I appreciate Hoppin' Frog.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fantastic.
we're hoping to make
That's a beer drinker's brewery
We're hoping
right
to make
there.
a fall winter
Absolutely.
trip out there to Akron.
Boris was one of my favorite beers for a while.
Oh yeah.
For the style. at least.
Let's see. You had Boris, Doris,
Taurus.
Chorus.
Yeah.
Which Total Wine has a few of those. Mm-hmm. I'll have to look and see which ones they had. But
It's thinner than it pours.
It
it smells
yeah.
really boozy.
Smells boozy. Doesn't drink.
Doesn't
boozy.
drink
It doesn't drink very boozy. This might be in danger of DUI show.
It's
You
territory.
say thinner, but
It's thinner than it pours. That poured like a goddamn oil can.
I think
Yeah,
it's still
I
decent
I
though.
was like, that was
No, it's
like
not
oil.
thin-bodied. It's just thinner than it looked.
Thinner than the like it looked like it
The
was almost
sweetness
glooping.
isn't diabetes. by
I
any stretch.
worry when I
I'm
see
not-
maple
I'm
because
thinner than I look.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
I'm probably heavier than I
Hey,
look.
we're thick.
Oh, we still got that one.
I love when we tee one up for him and he fucking panics.
Also, well, no, there's been so many buttons that have changed recently because I got this. And
Yeah,
Only
one
one
button.
button?
One button.
Oh no,
Well, no,
we
this
did
is
bring
back.
back his. We brought back his sad track.
Oh, you need to go back to that cacao. That needs to be like a dead beer. Like, oh no, this is a wine.
That's literally me. That's literally me.
That's Tyler.
Buzzards are floating on this one.
No, dead beers, the ones that
No, that's-
suck, is
Fuck it out the window, sir.
our good friend Grace, the tattoo artist. You can find her on Instagram, brimstone_Grace_tattoos. She
gave
is out
the
of
best story ever told.
She is out of Carmel. If you book a session with her while you're getting tattooed, literally just ask her about her time in Ireland, and I guarantee, especially
4
if you
hours
bring
gonna
up,
go by and-
especially if you bring up the Pet Shop
The
of Horrors,
Irish Pet Shop of
yeah,
Horrors.
you will have the greatest time.
Horrors, which can also be found as a short pour on YouTube under Two Beerded Guys.
Damn straight.
Okay, I'll have to look that up for sure.
Oh, that story is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
And it's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
So when I see maple syrup on a beer, I really worry about a cloying sort of mouthfeel.
my
Viscosity?
Teeth, my teeth shudder
Yeah.
every time.
And you know what's funny? That doesn't linger in my mouth as much as the last one.
Nope.
It really doesn't, right?
The viscosity it's a little oily because it's maple syrup. It's got to have a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's not an unpleasant viscosity. It's a typical drinkable, approachable imperial. Like this is the coffee's there without being over the top, but blending really well
It
with
does
that
make
Yeah,
maple.
they
blends
both
really
pair
well.
pretty well on the
Like
blending
those go
of
together
these.
real
Yeah.
well. Like this compared to the last one, especially brewery we've never even fucking heard of. Fucking fantastic brewery historically.
Let down.
And this place is just going, hey, by the way, we brew good beer. Like,
This one's good.
Oh, we put it in these cute little cans.
It's pretty decent. I would put it definitely above that one.
oh, it doesn't take much. You and I gave it a 1 on the last one.
Wait, the one from Sweden? We haven't had them before, like for a tried and true, have we?
No, we've had Omnipolo.
Oh, have we?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We've had it on the show.
right.
Not that one, but their brewery. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm agreeing. Like, yep, we were there.
It's one of my Omnipolo.
I'm glad you remember. I don't.
We definitely-
It's one of my favorite like beers when I see out and about
Okay.
from overseas.
Grab them. Gotcha.
It's one of my favorite breweries. I always buy their shit.
Collect the whole set.
Pogs. Oh, I can't wait to do that.
I can't wait either. When you were telling me about that, when you were telling me
I
about
know.
that, I was like, that's
We might have to throw a field-themed Pog in there.
so
We might have to.
my business card basically is.
Yeah, I mean the logo right here is a pog waiting to happen. It's already circular.
We're gonna have so much fucking fun with that.
Oh yeah.
It's too small to be a coaster, and it's too big to be a pog.
And it didn't
Are we
even
talking
get
about the same
water
thing here?
drips.
Yeah.
You were so mad it didn't have the beer stains.
I know, right? Like, come on.
It was supposed to be beer stained, and it wasn't.
Which is
great
this?
The
idea.
business card. He basically took that logo, shrunk it, and it was supposed to be beer stained like a coaster. They didn't do the beer
Didn't
stains.
fly.
Speaking of, you didn't give our first time guest any of our fun coasters.
Here, pick one.
At the very end of the show, hey, it's your last beer. Have a coaster.
Whiskey helps me drink. Douchebag.
What's got?
Normally I pass these out so everybody's drinking off of them, but
I like fucking damn it. That's like one of my catchphrases.
we
It's
like
usually with a big G.
we like
in
coasters.
front of it.
We have Bill fucking
Fucking
Murray
damn.
over there. Yeah,
I know that's not your middle name, but I'm just really excited.
yeah, we have all sorts of fun fucking coasters here.
Luke
That was a
coasters
bad
are the
pause.
best.
That was a bad pause spot. We have so much fun fucking coasters. We're talking about coasters.
Fucking uncoasters? Shit.
That'd be uncomfortable.
Would have been better to say we have so much fucking fun.
Unless it was these all lined up, that might be kind of comfy. You know,
I
no
was
gaps.
thinking roller coaster. But okay.
Is that-
I don't
was
fit
with
on them.
you. I was
Yeah,
thinking
fit
those,
on 'em. Log rides.
Log rides, baby. Log rides. Opposite coasters. John and I just ride the hog. Or the hog. We ride the log ride.
Yep.
It's the only one we fit on.
The truth finally comes out.
And the squirt boats.
Squirt boats were
Squirt
vastly
boats.
underrated.
Tyler rides the hog and the squirt boats.
I don't know if you were the squirt boats, Ryan, but that was a hell of a time.
The bumper boats at
Rubby Baby Bugger boats?
Indiana Beach.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever. It's supposed to be a kid's ride, but you put 9 drunk people out there. Holy
It becomes an
shit.
adult ride.
And everybody's fucking just blasting each other, blasting the crowd. People are getting shitty in the
the best part
crowd
about
while
that was-
in line to get on the
I mean, I
boat.
should have knew that was coming.
They're in line to get on the boat. And they're
And
like
they're complaining 'cause they
bitching.
get-
Because at one point in time, our friend Savage and I just drowned the entire line. And they started bitching, and we're like, you're in
You're
line
going to
to
be
get
right here in like
on
2
the
minutes.
boat. But, you know, people are crashing into each other. But, yeah, 9 drunk people who are too big for the boats, like feet are up on the front of it instead of, like, down in it. It is so
Yeah, it
much
was a
fun.
great time.
Hops and coasters. I recommend
Yeah,
going.
we decided that is the, like, go-to ride now at Hops and
Well,
Coasters.
evidently the go-to rides is squirt boats and the hog.
The log ride.
I would argue the hog, but okay.
But anyway, back to this beer.
Shout out Mud Hog B&Q.
Mudhog Barbecue, baby.
Is that going to be your second catchphrase instead of get sloppy? Ride the hog.
Ride the hog.
This is very good.
Man,
Hey, it is our last beer. We're going to rope it up here.
Speaking of hog,
Very good.
if you want to, buddy, it's
we're
fine.
going to rope it up.
That's why I said it that way. I even looked around. Like, is anybody catching that?
Maybe just bag it up.
This is very good. There's some reasons I'm reserved on like giving it too high a score, but I'm very happy with it overall. It's very pleasant, very drinkable. The flavors do blend very well. I'm glad it's not as thick as I thought it was when we poured it out, because that was making me a little.
Yeah.
That was going to be a little too heavy, but it's solid. Maple's not usually my main thing. Like, that's not a go-to flavor for me.
Looks like it.
Extra thick.
That joke I
I'll
get.
say the goddamn thing.
That joke I get, but like, come on, you could have done better.
I don't know. Yeah, we had a 20%er.
You are first.
I'll give it a 3 1/4. Honestly, I'd give it more if there was I know it's a bigger beer, but this beer and the Elmer and the one before, I need carbonation. I need to appreciate beer. I like a little tickle of carbonic acid on the back of my tongue. I don't care if it's super barrel
Forget that one.
aged.
Forget he said that one.
No, I'm trying to figure out how you would even make this carved at that point. They barreled the
Yeah.
shit out of it. Like, I'm like,
Well, you transfer it out, and you got to put it in. You can't.
can you imagine the flavor loss though? Like, you'd lose some of that creaminess on that one, and I think you'd actually notice the booze more if it was carved, because you'd lose the creaminess.
That's true.
Now
cre-
these two,
creamy what?
I agree.
Let's do
That
a little
one's
bit
the
more.
one that I'm not sure about.
Where was that creaminess show?
But
at?
it's almost like
Mouthfeel.
when it
There it
comes to
is.
these two, it's almost like there wasn't any
No.
like at all, and it's like
I don't think this one ever saw
come
CO2.
on, yeah. I mean, come on.
This
Oh,
didn't
that's
even. This one didn't even get kissed by CO2. It didn't.
That's the way to do it with a stout, though, man. Especially a big body boy.
Yeah, but this is only an 11.2. Like there
Yeah,
could be a
alright.
little bit. It would lighten the body a little bit more. It would add to the drinkability. Drinkability for me is always gonna trump most everything. If you haven't noticed, I'll give bonus points for drinkability because that gives me the ability to, while we're sitting there, hey, why don't you try this? And I know my buddy's not. I'm not wasting a $11 beer like this one, sampling it to a friend. Even if it's not his style, if there's a drinkability there,
At least,
it's not wasted beer.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And so, like, drinkability is a huge thing for me.
yeah.
Now, stouts, I give it a little more lenient, but, like, this wasn't even barrel-aged, if I remember right.
No, I don't think
I don't remember
No.
saying it was.
If it's barrel-aged, I don't care about carb. You barreled it. Carb's gone. I know that. Non-barreled beers, there should be a little bit of something. This one had a little more. This one had a nicer head. This one you poured and it was just black and done. So
What are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it a 3 even. I think the flavor, it's not quite what I want overall, but the flavor's good enough to keep it from going below average.
I thought it was very pleasant. It's not a seek it out, but I'm going to go slightly higher. I'm going to go 3.5.
That's fair. So it ends up 3 1/4 average.
Did I said 3 1/4.
Yep.
I'm gonna go 3.
All right.
I'm gonna retract the quarter because I didn't even realize that there was coffee in it.
All right.
Savage Roasters coffee. I honestly could have got coffee out of like a malt. It's not very coffee-ish to me.
It's not as much. I felt like the flavors were blended a little better than some, and that might hide it, but it's not a ton. Still 3
That's
1/4.
3 1/4,
Yeah. Matt, what would you give it?
I'm going to be a little higher than you guys and the average altogether. Not quite seek out, but I do like the blending. I do like the flavors. It's got a reasonable ABV for my ABV horridness.
Yeah, he's a straight ABV whore.
That's where he goes drinkability for his bumps. I do ABV. We all have our kinks, as John likes to put it.
Mine's carb.
Tyler put it. I just put it out.
Technically, I didn't say it originally. Yeah, I just almost did.
You just caught yourself. John finished it for you, like normal Monday nights.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go 3.75. Not search out, but I actually really enjoyed that. I thought it was a good flavor.
I did actually. I mean, it's a good beer.
You go back to 3 1/4.
It was a good beer, but
If the coffee was there, absolutely.
overall, not a great night. I mean, I'm looking at the last week where it was 4, 2, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4.5, 4, 7, 5, 4.5, 4, 7, 5, 2.5. Like, well, this week 3, 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 4, 4, 5, 1.5, 3, 7, 5.
What was the
Sorry,
1 1/4?
sorry.
The pickle.
1 1/4 was the pickle, and 1.5 was the Elmer. And the 2 1/4 was the cherry lime. But it's one of those, like, it's a definitely different week. Now, we did have the big boy that definitely makes you, like, there's a reason we throw in we make sure there's a guaranteed. It's how we make sure people want to come back and drink more free beer.
And when somebody tried to pick good beers, you get half shit. Was like, well, hey, here's the one we knew was gonna be good.
Yeah, which it was. Now, the favorite part of the night, my favorite part of the night anyways, besides the drinking, beer of the night.
I was gonna say,
this
that name of the week hasn't happened in a while.
This doesn't have to be the top scored beer for you. It has to be the one that just was your beer of the night. It could be because it surprised you with how good it was. It was a little different, but still you had low expectations. It ended up great. Insert reason here. I think this one's going to be a little easier than some of our weeks recently, but still, Matt, start it off.
I don't think I was asked to give a score on this one, but it would be my highest score because I would agree with the average of 5 because 5 is underscoring it.
I just knew what your score was.
Yeah, it's the River North. That thing was stupid. Like, I hate trying to, I try to avoid picking them if I can just because we do it so often, but that beer fucked. Like, it brought it laid it on the table, and just people jumped on it. Like, it was good. So good.
So good.
So good.
I got you. Bum, 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 bum.
Johnny boy.
I can talk about the Pilsner and how pleasant that dryness was, but really the answer is the River North.
That Last Guardian, man.
Yeah.
My bad.
It is.
Double barrel aged. The Last Guardian.
Like, I drank that beer and I instantly berated it because it's fucking dumb and delicious and just, it's fantastic.
I like it so much, I berated it
The
immediately.
next time I'm in fucking Colorado, I've gotta go to fucking River North. I mean, Jesus.
Tell them Two Beerded Guys.
Fuck.
You do
Christ.
indeed, sir.
Yeah,
the
do,
fuck?
do me a favor. Tell them that we sent you.
Yeah, I definitely will. Jesus. That beer was something.
I said, goddamn.
Usually I'm a big Odell fan, but fuck.
Yeah. It is. Their brewery is just stupid. They have 2 locations, one on Washington Street, one on Blake Street. Washington's where they brew. That is their barrel age. That's where everything's done for the most part. And it is. You walk in, it's very unassuming in a warehouse district. You walk
It's a
in,
brewery,
there's barrels.
it's
There's barrels fucking everywhere. And it's just, you walk up and they're like, what would you like? And you look at the menu and go,
All of it?
oh
One
shit.
of everything.
All right, am I drinking light today? But that looks fucking good. All right, I'm gonna start with this. Or in Carrie and Bunny's case, they walked in and they ordered 3. They ended up ordering 3 flights. Our friends that went out there, we sent
nice.
over there. They went, we want a flight, and they just started at the left and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's awesome.
I would.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, man.
To me, it was fucking genius.
On that note, can we get off of making fun of motherfuckers who get flights? God.
No, that's my
Wow.
move. Every time I went to Listerman, I'd get 2 flights every time I went, so I could try all the different shit.
Yeah, and
I've
then
never
and then you
understood
pick
that.
from that. And
Yeah.
what style? Like, okay, so I had your flight. I had a couple stouts. I had a couple pilsners. I had a couple lagers, whatever. Then you decide. On that note, I'm gonna try this that I didn't have in a flight, but judging
Taste the
from the
bone.
flight.
Well,
yeah,
especially
why-
in the
why
amount
do
of times I've
people
bought
hate?
carry
Brewers
out.
hate on flights.
I've bought carry out based on flights before too.
Yeah.
Where I'll have flight, and even if what they had canned or bottled wasn't the same as what's on tap, if I realize, man, I really like their darker stuff. Hey, what's the darkest beer you have in can or bottle?
Right.
Oh, we have this stout. Oh, it wasn't on draft? Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I'll take a 4-pack of that. Like, that's, to me, that's a great way, especially if you're traveling, especially if I'm going to hit multiple breweries when I'm out of town. It is so much easier to try a flight, get a sense of the brewery, and if I'm in town for a weekend, that first day, hit 5 breweries, flight. The next day, hey, what do you want to do? Man, I really love that shit over at River North, or I really love that shit at Field, or whatever. And now all of a sudden that next day, that's what I'm picking. All right, I want this stout. I want...
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense. That's how you get repeat business.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. There's
It's called an educate consumer.
Breweries make fun of...
Yeah,
Really?
they seem to hate. They hate on flights. I don't.
From the bartender standpoint,
I mean, it's a little
when
more
you're
work for
busy,
dish fishery,
it's
I
a
suppose,
little bit
but-
of a bitch to pour.
and
But
and there's more dishes. But
Yeah.
at the same time, flight
they're a
people,
valuable part of it.
not every flight person, because there is the flight people that are just there to sample and move on, but a lot of them tip pretty well.
I know.
I've noticed flight people have a tendency to be like, hey, I kind of know I made you do a little more.
And your per ounce pours, the price is best on the flight.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, beer of the night, Last Guardian. Like, I there's no way around it.
4 yeah.
There's no way around it. It was stupid.
Solid.
21.8% and still somehow drinkable. Like, that's bullshit.
Instantly berated.
Thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever the hell you do. I know some of you listen on Wednesdays while you drive. Some of you watch on Wednesdays. Wednesdays is a popular day. I still don't
It's
understand
kind
that.
of weird, yeah.
When you look
Hump
at,
day, baby.
like when we get on our analytics shit, it's literally like Monday live people, and then like nothing on Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing on Thursday, nothing on Friday, nothing on Saturday, couple on Sunday. It's like Mondays and Wednesdays.
Monday Night Football is, I think, would.
Oh, we
retract-
challenge that. That's
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're
the people who watch us don't
almost
watch
there.
football much.
We're just behind the Manning cast.
Anyway, thanks again. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Modog B&Q.
Our guest,
Ryan Umbach. Rye78. Sponsored
Maybe.
by secondhandrazors.com.
behind the camera.
Off screen, Matt.
And guys, check out all our sponsors on the
Wasn't
screen.
expecting that.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was. Check out our sponsors on the screen, and make sure you check out Field Brewing next time your kid's at Grand Park to play baseball. Because I know odds are you have a kid out there to play soccer, lacrosse, basketball, baseball, something. Send them out. Hey, when they're off playing,
Color guard, marching band.
hey, especially in between games when they're
bad.
hanging out with their team, you guys sneak away. Go to Field Brewing, get drunk.
Absolutely.
When your kid goes 0 for 4 the next game, it's a lot more bearable.
Your kid sucks.
Wowza.
Later, guys.